Note to self, maybe I should have set the camera up before we actually went live. Thankfully, that all happened before someone got in here, so it's not as embarrassing as it could be. Of course, if I actually post this later, I suppose I'll deal with that then. See, here's my light actually good to go. Let's get the camera light on here. Okay, got the camera light. Hey, pancakes versus waffles. Hey, enemy, how's it going? 13th Prime, hello? Moonzote, hello, hello. Alright, you guys caught me while I'm still setting up here. Dead end, yeah, Booster Gold's just over here in the corner next to Mr. Terrific. It's a shame I don't have a blue beetle to go with him. Davnus, did you think you could hide? Hey, Cheesimus. Oh, it has been a long while since we've been able to do a live stream. Oh, hey! So we got Weaponized Toy Car, Dells. It's been a long time since we've been able to do a live stream. So, I'm glad that I finally had a night off. Oh, hey, Zemi. And then Mecha Macarus is also here. It's gonna be a real chill stream. The reason I've not been doing a lot of live streams lately is just because it is very, very hard for me to get any nights off. And those nights I usually have to do chores or something like this. This is the first time in a long time I've been able to just take a night off and relax. And for that reason, it's going to be a very chill stream tonight. I don't think we're going to be getting into a lot of the Blokees. Which do you think first? You'll open First Galaxy, 06, or Shining? I'm not entirely sure. I probably want to finish up The Shining. Dead End, I don't have to break character, but Booster's one of my favorite characters in anything ever. I also really love Booster Gold. Him and Blue Beetle are my absolute favorites when it comes to, like, kind of B-lister duos. Oop. Cheesimus, I cried during the Blue Beetle movie. Also, for a long time, I thought Beetle was spelt Beetle. No, it's weird. The Beatles is, like, the incorrect spelling, but it's also, like, pretty common for people to think that. Harold, hello? And then Davis, it's alright, man. You don't need to apologize. Take your time with your streams. Pancakes versus waffles. It's Swoop, and you know whose team Swoop is in Dinobots and who is the leader of the Dinobots. Grimlock, I know that the time's running out for Grimlock. They should canonize Boostle. I agree with that. So guys, I will tell you, for whatever reason, my phone's acting up right now. I was trying to get through comments. It was hard for me to actually go through the list. So if your comment isn't answered by me, just know it's not because I'm not trying to pay attention. It's just because I might not be able to scroll up. Moonzote, how's my day? My day is going pretty good. Yes, Boostle is the ship name of Ted Cord and Booster Gold. I say Ted Cord because I know there's like 2 Blue Beetles, and the Blue Beetle that Booster Gold's friends with is not the popular Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle beat 'em up game, call him Blue Beat All. That's pretty good, Blue Beat All. Pancakes and waffles after Power Glide. So, Grimlock has to be a big event episode. I don't know when that's going to happen, but he has to be, like, a massive deal. Davis, also thank you for getting into Blokees. Ah, that's sick. I'm glad you're enjoying them. So, I do want to say this, right? I used to have a good collection of superpowers. I was thinking about how I wanted you to stream recently. Oh, well, Weaponized Toy Car, I'm glad it's working out. And then Zammy, need more Boostle. He's such a fun dude. Yep, pancakes and waffles, okay. 13th Prime, which one? Part 1 or Part 2? Part 1 or Part 2 of what? And Dead End says 3 Beatles, Dan Garrett, Ted Cord, and Jamie. I forgot about Dan. Jesus. Moon, Zote. Sucks that Blokees doesn't ship to the EU. Do Blokees not go to the European Union? Oh. And Cheesimus, people like Power Glide? Oh, people love Power Glide. They've been asking him for a long time. Mecha Macros, if Dirt survived the fire in Hell's Kitchen, would he have made it farther in the competition? If Dirge didn't die that way, he was still gonna die somehow. There was not a reality out there where he made it to the end. The 13th Prime, Transformers 1. Oh, I follow. And then Dead End. Blokees should make me, I think. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they've not done more of the Combiner teams yet. I love Power Glide, but I like all of the mini-bots. That's what, Weaponized Toy Car says. I do want to say this, right? I really, really enjoy the Superpowers figures. I sold all of mine off about a year ago, and I regret it. And then I went to see Superman. Oh, Matt Prime, how's it going? It's going pretty well. Is Blokees doing TFA, Transformers Animated in Prime? That'd be really cool, actually. But I used to really love these guys, and I sold them all off, and I regret it. So I've actually gone back and bought a few of them that were in my area, just because I really love the Superman movie. So these are the guys who I kind of want to focus on unboxing tonight, just so it can be a little bit more relaxed. Let's see here. Someone just said that they should do a Blokees Cosmos. Absolutely. Dude, a Blokees Transformers animated Prowl would be pretty cool. Davis, also you betrayed me when you said nobody liked the throttle bots. I love those goobers. Nobody loves the throttle bots, Davis. Don't lie to me. Dead End says Cosmos owes them money. So, I'm going to, ooh, the Spin Masters toys are actually pretty interesting. I have their Riddler, but I like the style of these guys. They're just more interesting to me. And you guys are talking about the Spin Master Superman toys. I've seen their 6-inch line, and I thought about it because I would like to buy the Wave and get the Superman robot. But I actually did get these little guys. I'm pretty sure Spin Master put them out. But, like, I like them. These are decent little dudes. Blokees DC and Harry Potter. Is that a thing they're doing? The Fallen owes me $5. Spin Master should give money for no deferrable reason. And then Moon's up. I have the 12-inch Superman. Oh, cool. Mad Prime says yes. Discernible. No discernible reason they should give Dead End money. But with all that said, let's actually get to open some of these guys up. So, for anyone who doesn't know, the whole thing here is just they're done in the style of the Kenner's Superheroes line. They are very simple toys, but that's why I like them. 13th Prime, I've read what's coming out of the Galaxy 08 from TFW. It'll be Unicron head, a lot of stuff like that. Okay, I've seen the supposed leak. I'm not entirely sure if it's real or not. Just because, I don't know. There's a lot of things in there that are kind of the obvious pulls, and then the rest of it's weird, so either it's going to be a really cool out-of-left-field wave, or it's a total lie, like Geno and Smash. Yeah, so basically, these guys are very, very simple. They just have the articulation in the shoulder, and then the head. You got a hinge, and a hinge down here in the knee. The knee is actually on a detent joint, which is nice. You can't get them into crazy poses, but you can at least get them into a handful of good poses. And I like how they captured the movie Superman. They've done a lot of Superman in this wave, or in this line, I should say. So this is different. He's a little bit stockier than the other Superman, just because it looks more like the actor. And they gave him a different head sculpt that, again, looks more like the actor, but is still in the style of the Superpowers line. So I enjoy it, overall. So my original idea was, oh, I'm just going to get Superman. But then I was going around and I found Mr. Terrific. I was like, oh, well, I gotta get Mr. Terrific, because he had my favorite line in the movie. And then they got Booster Gold. Basically, I just wound up buying everyone I could find in my area. And I think I want to go complete on this line again, because I'm sick like that. It's because I've gotten rid of all my DC stuff, and I regret that I did that. So I would like to collect these guys, and maybe get some Justice League Unlimited figures, just to go and basically have the characters they've not done. So like Giganta and Killer Frost. There's a lot of comments coming in, and guys, I'm going to say sorry again. For whatever reason, it's giving me a really hard time actually going up and down the thing right now. So let's see here. Where did I lose comment? Okay. So, weaponized toy car. I know nothing about Superman or DC. I'm just tagging along. Hell yeah. Harold says their internet is slow. I'm sorry about that. Davis, also, I wanted to ask, what did you think of the Superman movie? I love the Superman movie. I thought it was good. Jesus, Bot Shots Cliff Jumper is absurdly fun. The bot shots are all pretty cool. Mechamacarus, do you think making a Blokees Gears would be a good idea? I want to see every character in Blokees eventually. I want them to do everyone. Zammy, I think Blokees will do more IDW first, but my friend asked me some of the higher-ups in Blokees, and they mentioned that they will do TFP and try to insert more stuff in the future. That's cool. Moonzo, oh hey, they made a Mr. Terrific. They did do the ship. I'm not doing playsets quite yet, but I might get playsets. Enemy got an A of the P for the Fallen. He is so good. Dead End, I revealed Retro Sea Spray myself. Dead End's the one who ruined my video. Here's the crazy thing. So I literally named that video, I know that Retro Sea Spray is a thing. Guess what the main comments on that video are? People tell me that I missed Retro Sea Spray. Weaponized toy car. I actually love little figures. I love carrying little guys with me. I had a Shadow the Hedgehog, but his foot broke off. I do that with my War for Cybertron Soundwave. I always keep him with me. Mad Prime Productions. I can't wait for Spin Masters making retro-style Kenner Superman toy line. And the picture are real. I want the Superman he's lift for Kenner Star Wars or the Super 7 reaction figures. Are they doing that? I actually didn't know that Spin Master was getting in on this. Mr. Terrific was the best part of the movie to me. I totally agree. Him and the Superman robot. Didn't. I recently sold all my Marvel stuff. You know my pain didn't. Dramatic Razor. Mr. Terrific's parts were so good. Macrocus. Blokees should make a Gears and a Warpath figure. Pancake vs. Waffles. Blokees should do Plants vs. Zombies. Why not? Oh, Dead End. Saying that they didn't see Superman yet. Retro Spray. Oh no. Zammy. Hasbro knows when you make a video about a figure, they take a photo of the new figure. That's what Dead End's saying. He's the guy on the inside doing that. Devin, Metro C-Spray has become your reverse Flash. He wants to make your videos updated. Enemy, run. Oh, wait, no, don't. Okay. For some reason, YouTube just asked if I wanted to ban someone. I don't know why it wanted me to ban someone. I think it's really just because it's giving me such a headache getting through the comments. Enemy, should I display TF1 Arachnid with my Insecticons when she comes out? She'd be fun to put with the Insecticons, and you got that Prime connection, yeah. Mom makes, I have no idea Spin Master can make figures with more than 5 points of articulation. Also, do you have your stream on low latency? I don't think I do. Here, let me check on something real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Going through the settings. No. So guys, I'm not entirely sure what's going on. It looks like everything is good on my end. I'm not sure if a lot of people are having issues with latency. Moonzot, I always bring my toys with me everywhere, even if it's considered cringe to some people. Nah, go with it. Mad Prime, Blokees should do Transformers Animated and Godzilla. Hell yeah. Devin says outdated. Oh, no one in particular. Hey, how's it going? And then, I tell you, I don't know what's going on with the comments. I'm having to put my thumb on the one side of the phone, and then I have to slowly drag it to the other end in order to get it to go up and down. YouTube has a default setting to change your latency. Okay. Dude, Cheesemas is saying someone did a Blokees Cyclonus and Tailgate. That sounds cool. And then, Dramatic Razor. I bought my Blokees Cogless B to the Superman movie, or as some would say, I told you, don't call me super shit! I hate that one in particular! That's a good one. Zammy, I somehow got my friends to start their Transformers addiction because they said Perceptor IDW is hot. It's because Perceptor is hot! No one in particular. So the other day, I got a bit carried away with Transformers fan casting ideas. Okay, cool. And then Dead End seems to be calling out the weaponized toy car in the comments. Opinions on Cyberworld. I saw the first episode. I don't know if there's other episodes out yet. And my opinions are the voice acting for Optimus is really good. I don't know who's doing Optimus. That's one of the best Optimuses I've heard in a long time. It's not just doing Peter Cullen again, but it's hitting the right notes. So I really like their voice actor for Prime. Bumblebee was kind of annoying. Scorponok was cool. Megatron, I don't get what his deal is in that first episode, but the design is cool at the very least. The animation's actually really nice in it, considering it's like a YouTube show. So I liked the presentation. The story is really simple, and I don't think it's going to be a show for me, but I don't want that show to be a show for me, you know? I want Cyberworld to be there for kids. And if kids like it, and they have fun with it, and they buy the toys, then hell yeah. That's the most important thing. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Transformers shouldn't be made for 26-year-olds like me. It should be made for 6-year-olds. And I think a lot of the issues with the franchise is because they've been making for 26-year-olds. I mean, here, I'm looking at a guy right now. Hey, Spitter, look at this friggin' weirdo. You think Spidor would have come out if in the 90s Hasbro was like, no, we gotta pander to nostalgia? No. They were like, hey, Kenner, make a cool toy line. And hey, Mainframe, make a cool cartoon. Do it for kids. Make it to where even if we lose the entire old fandom, we get new fans. And then we got freaks like Spidor and Transketo. Like, this is the energy I want. So, That's what I'm hoping you have in the in Cyberworld. I would like them to embrace just anything, anything to be more engaging with kids. Because the adult fans, we have Skybound, we have 40 years of brand history to go back through. If I'm just dying to watch a new Transformers cartoon, well, I could go watch the Japanese stuff. Because, I've never watched Headmasters. I've never watched Master Force or Victory. Haven't seen any of the Beast Wars sequel shows. Hell, I've never gone through the entirety of a show like RID. I could still do that. I don't care. I don't care about the show being made for me. And I think that the stuff that I would be interested in, which is the voice acting and the animation, it's good. It's very good. I've been yapping a lot. I gotta do the comments. Let's see here. Cheesemas, Perceptor is not hot. Sideswipe is the real hottie. Everyone in Transformers is hot. Everyone except Sea Spray. Mad Prime Productions. By the way, I enjoy the KO and third party. I got 3 of them, Dr. Wu, and the Classics Optimus Prime KO. Sick! Stroik Badoink. I'm so excited for Alita to show up in Cyberworld. I can't wait to get Alita's toy. Dead End. I peer pressure someone into being a Transformers fan by showing them hot robots, mostly Brainstorm and Tarn. Yeah. Mon Meg, speaking of fan casting, I had thoughts of John St. John as Psykill. Oh my god. He would actually be a really good Psykill. That's good. Dead End. And that one specific panel where Rodimus is a twink. Straight up with twink. Mega Bull's voice is hot. I mean, what? Damus, greatest thing about Cyberworld, Scorpionox VA saw one of my jokes and we went along with it. That's so cool, Damus. Harold, hey Ron, do you remember Plug and Play? I do remember Plug and Plays. I never had any of them. Because my family couldn't afford them, but I remember them. They were cool. Macarus, Blaster is hotter than Perceptor. There's no denying it at all. Okay, so I see what you mean, Straight Wink. I don't think that's the gay hand. I think it's more like he's like a velociraptor. It's like kind of curved in on itself. Because the way I see Spidor is he's like Igor, He's just like a little freak. He's like, yes, master. Like he would sound like Peter Lorre, That's in my head what Spidor is. Dead and IDW Swoop was hot because twink. Yes. No one in particular. Richard Horvitz as Rumble, Sarah Ann Williams as Frenzy, Terrace Brosius as Shockwave, Michael J. Fox as Rung. Those are some good castings. Okay. Okay, Zammy, I swear to God, Megatron from Cyberworld looks like he has golden bras? I guess, I don't know. I've not seen the design for a bit. Dead End, I still want a new Slash figure, totally. David Tennant as Rung is really good. Also, I think David Tennant would be a good IDW Rodimus. Also, I looked at the credits of Cyberworld. Prime is voiced by Kyle Kaczmarzyk, who conveniently voiced... He did Bumblebee too? Okay, you see, I wouldn't have called that. Oh, okay, well, Kyle has great range. Dramatic, I wish the Cyberworld toys were a bit cheaper. They look so fun. Yeah, I agree with that. Dead End, hear me out. John Cena as Hound due to his old military gimmick. I dig that. Macross Blaster is the hottest. Even Igor from Dark of the Moon. Oh yeah, I forgot about Igor. I still have Igor from Dark of the Moon. Enemy. So, Ron, are you saying you find pregnant Scorponok is not hot? We're not talking about pregnant Scorponok. Or the Scorponok baby. We're not doing this bit again. No one in particular. One good thing I saw for Optimus is Bryan Cranston is Optimus, huh? Stroink Badoink. Alita became one of my favorites, and this channel is partially responsible for it. I am spreading the good name of Alita 1. Wait, are you saying Dorito Scream is not hot? I'm not counting him either. Jesus Prime. When I watched the first episode of Cyberworld, I got an ad for Cyberworld. That sounds about right. Chris Pratt as Astro Train would make me have a heart attack. He's gonna be smashing Koopas! Yeah, why not? Get him in here. Dead End, breaking character again, and I forgot the guy by name, but the guy that played Cabal in MK11 would be a really good casting for Dead End. I feel like, I don't know why, when I'm trying to figure out, like, who should play Dead End, I'm thinking, like, someone like Pete Davidson. Someone who's, like, so deadpan. Mon makes Mega Bull's VA is James Alexander, and he also voices Grimlock. Jack Aries, Scorponok, is the only one with a single role at the moment. Okay. Keith David as Onyx Prime would be really good. Liam Neeson as Optimus. I don't know. I don't know about Optimus. I think Liam Neeson is Magnus. You can't say everyone is hot, then pick and choose. Yes, I can, Dead End. It's my show. No one in particular. I'm going to say it. Baber Starscream is not a Dorito. He's a trowel. Dramatic Razor channel is Alita Propaganda. Oop, and it works. It is Alita Propaganda. I'm the wing of the Alita Propaganda. Okay, Stroink Badoink. Alex Hurst Bill Cipher matches Whirl. I can see Bender a little bit more. Whirl. I think the Bill Cipher voice would actually be better for maybe Sideways. I swear, look up some of Cabal's voice lines. The voice is really good. Mad Prime Productions. Alita Winter RC is my childhood when watching G1 Transformers on cable TV. Oh yeah. Sylvester Stallone as Optimus and Rick Hunter as Soundwave. Huh. Zammy. I'm so sad about Earthspark because Season 2 sucks and it got cancelled. Keith David Grimlock is still really, really good. Alex Hurst as Starscream feels obvious. I don't know, I like it, but I feel like it'd be cooler to give Alex Hurst, like, a weirder character. Dan DeVito as Gears is pretty good. Alex Rashawn as Swindle. Maybe. Chris Pratt could be a good Booster Gold genuine. So here's the thing, I know there's a lot of hate for... Oh, hey, Peppy, the 87, hello. I know that there's a lot of hate for Chris Pratt. I think he's still a good actor, and he's good in comedies and action. I totally agree with you. I think he'd be a good Booster. Truth be told, there's a lot of people in DC I think he'd be good at. Booster is up there. He could probably make a good Hal, if you want to make him Hal Jordan. Like, that's the thing is, like, he has to play a blowhard or someone with a stick up his ass. Mom makes... Earthspark Season 2 would have been alright if it hadn't demonized literally every comic Megatron. Yeah, I agree. Watching all Jurassic World might redeem Chris Pratt for me. Alex Hirsch's Vortex. You know what? Why not? Kate Moosey as RC and Chromia should be Ozzy. Chris Pratt as Sunstreaker would be really good. Oh, I'm sorry, no one in particular. Their internet's not doing too good. Chris Pratt is really good in the Lego Movie. And you know what? I'm going to say this too. He was good as Mario. It's not a Mario that I ever thought about until I saw the movie. But, like, in the movie itself, he's actually pretty solid. He's not as good as Charlie Day as Luigi, but he's still solid. Mom makes I'd rather Starscream just live out on his own abandoned warehouse rather than be the orchestrator of some big evil plan. Have him create Spitfire and have her cheer him up. Yeah, why not? Like, that's the thing is, I think when it comes to Earthspark getting bad, the biggest victim of that was Starscream. Matt Prime, I think Tobey Maguire can play as Sparkplug with Wiki in a live-action Transformers movie or show like Skybound. Maybe. I don't know why Tobey Maguire, though. I feel like you should go with someone with, like, a little bit of a gruffer exterior. Earthspark would have had an episode with Drift and Ratchet. I want the husbands. Damn, we missed that? Was that actually planned? Alright, I'm gonna get back to opening some stuff up. So, this guy, he was literally already falling apart. I just went into the GameStop, and I was like, you know what? I want to get Riddler. They had this guy and a guy who was in better condition. But I knew I was going to open it, so I just told the guy, hey, can I just get this one? He just gave it to me, because he's like, oh, you want the busted up one? And I'm like, well, yeah, because I'm going to open it anyway. So he just gave it to me and said he'd write off a shrink. To be honest, I have never analyzed the acting of Chris Pratt in Jurassic World, because I hate the characters, especially Owen in those movies. Damn. No, not riddle me this butt, man. No, don't hit Riddler with that. Dramatic Razor. So, I don't know. Oh, wow, a lot of people at once. Okay. So I don't know if he's good in those movies. Oh. Enemy. My version of the Insecticons are a sort of underground drug triad? Bombshells and Mafioso, the other two main Insecticons are basic lackeys, and the deluxe Insecticons are the foot soldiers. Oh, wow. Mom makes most of the Decepticons turning would make sense in the show if they try to contextualize it as they hate OP, they think Megatron's a traitor, they want both dead. That's the thing is, I have no issue with the Decepticons being antagonists, but they shouldn't be evil. Because they weren't evil in Season 1. There's a difference between being evil and being the antagonist. Then I feel like the other Stunticons should show up in Earthspark. Oh, well, I don't know. I think Breakdown was pretty good, Dead End. I don't know if we needed anyone else. Chris Pratt is good at Star-Lord, though. He is. Under Arachnid and Black Arachnia. They're the heads of this drug ring. Damn, riddle me this, Batman. Why doesn't my father hug me anymore? What do I think of Steve Buscemi as Starscream? I thought he was great. I said it in my Many Toys of Starscream. I think he would have been amazing as Starscream. I wish that we got more of him. Animated Skybound Transformers. I hope that show's real. I know it's rumors right now. Roll me this, Batman. Why won't my father hug me anymore? Why are you all hitting Riddler with this? Earth, Spark, Breakdown, and Bumblebee should have kissed. Yes, they should have. I don't know if you guys know this, so Riddler's whole deal is, he does suffer from OCD. He didn't realize he was insane until he tried to not leave hints for Batman and still had to, and then he turned himself in willingly to go to Arkham. I love Riddler. I love Riddler so much. He's my favorite Batman villain. I feel like the only good versions of Riddler in media, Frank Gorshin Riddler from the Adam West Show, he is so good. And then also I really enjoy Riddler from Batman the Animated Series. This Riddler's really weird. I don't know if you guys can see. His head doesn't look like it goes to this neck. Like, head on, it looks okay, but as soon as you're to the side, it's like, oh god. Look at that! Oh, his head... His neck goes further back than the back of his hair. That looks really weird. For anyone who's wondering why he looks like this, though, in the original Kenner Superpowers line, the Riddler was a repaint of Hal Jordan, and was only released in South America. So they did the same thing again, where he's a repaint of Hal Jordan. That part's okay. But this is weird. Oh no. Oh no. He's still great, though. I wish he had his staff. That's the big thing, is I wish he had his staff, but I'm still okay with this. Favorite Batman villain. And also the only Batman villain that we've had in this entire line so far. Like, we've not had anyone else. We've not had Joker. Good God, we've not had Joker in this line yet. No Poison Ivy, no Harley Quinn, no Scarecrow, no Bane, nobody. The Superpowers line. I really like it. God, they have a villain deficiency. Here, let's bring up Mr. Terrific. So he's from, not the absolute newest wave. The absolute newest wave is just now starting to trickle out, but he's from the newest wave for most of us. So let's just go through real quick. So, like, at the beginning, they had a couple of good ones. They had Darkseid, Batman Who Laughs. He kind of sucks, though. And then you got, like, Deathstroke, Black Manta, Reverse Flash. Okay, so we still have more heroes than villains, but we at least have a good handful. But then around number 17, this is where we start getting into nothing but Batmans and Supermans for a little bit. We did get a Justice Lord Superman, so okay. And a Batman Zur-En-Arr. They're villains, I guess. Brainiac. And then eventually we get Sinestro. We get another Black Manta. We get another Sinestro. Lobo, if you want to really push it, say he's a bad guy. Bizarro, he works. But that's the thing is, I counted up the other day, out of 60 releases in this line, there's only about 10 villains released. And there's no Lex Luthor. There's no Joker. There's no Cheetah. Like, the Trinity don't have their arch enemies. And even then, there's a lot of A-listers that are still not here. Catwoman, not here. Black Adam, not here. We have a Darkseid, which is good. But what about Starro? Starro would have done great in this line. I'm also noticing this cross-sell doesn't have characters like Peacemaker. There's some exclusive figures that aren't on this list. But even then, it's like Peacemaker and Judo Master and Vigilante. They're anti-heroes. They're not evil. I suppose you could put them on the bad guy side if you just need to bulk up the numbers, but no Harley Quinn. Like, there are characters who are in everything and are really popular, and they're not in this line. It's really strange. I'm already holding him. So let's open up Mr. Terrific. I don't need your help. I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific. That's the best part of the movie, is when someone offers to help him, and he just says, I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific, and does what he does what he does, which is be the coolest person to ever live. Alright, Mr. Terrific. He could have been done a little bit better. The arms are really throwing me off. I feel like you maybe should have given him gloves. It's nice that you got the fair play on him. Terrific on the back, that's pretty good too. Yep. Oh, wow. Oh, no, my Mr. Terrific has a really weak knee. Okay, it's not fragile. That's not going to break. He's a little bit weak in that knee. That's okay. That's fine. Here, I'm going to bring someone out real quick, because I feel like I need to make a point. So, here's the tiny, tiny Mr. Terrific. I don't know what it is. I do know what it is. So, first of all, the fair play on this one is a lot brighter, and the letters are done a little bit better. But also, they gave Mr. Terrific here the sculpting of the leather jacket. They didn't do that on this Mr. Terrific. That's why he looks weird. It's because it doesn't look like he's wearing a jacket. It looks like he's wearing like a vest. It's still decent. You know what? That's what I had to do to get a Mr. Terrific. So, I can live with that. Dude, these are two characters I want to see, like, do something together. Have you guys ever seen the stories where Question and the Riddler go up against each other, and the Question just makes the Riddler have a panic attack? Because the Riddler, he sees things as only having one answer, and the Question just beat him by occasionally arguing semantics. Right, I gotta catch up on a lot of comments. I've been yapping so hard, I forgot to actually talk to you guys. Dead End, B doesn't deserve love. Wow, Dead End, you're just mad because you didn't get to kiss him. Strike but doink, frame the Green Man, yeah! WJ, my answer, Riddler, is because he's dead! I am vengeance. Mom makes. He gets one scene before getting that stupid voice filter. I know, but God, that one scene is good. Dead End is not in character. Oh, Dead End actually hates B. Moss Flower, when did Riddler get jacked? So like I said, it's because he's a repaint of Hal Jordan now. But weirdly enough, go back and look at the original comics he's in. He's always drawn like this for some reason. Mad Prime Productions, I think James Gunn can direct a live-action Transformers movie. I don't know if I'd want him to do Transformers. I think Transformers is a very different tone to the movies he usually does. But who knows, maybe. Zammy, Transformers Skybound cartoon, I hope it's made by a Japanese studio. Studio Trigger on that cartoon would be incredible. Dead End, he replaced Hotshot in animated. He has. No, I also dislike B, but I think I dislike him for different reasons than you, Dead End. One in particular, I remember this interesting story where Riddler... Oh, you're talking about the Question! Yeah, he literally breaks the Question's mind. Or the Question breaks the Riddler's mind. Why does he look like this? It's because sculpting's weird. Batman hit him with the Arkham Asylum combo. The Riddler from the Passing movie was neat, but he might as well have been another character. Oh, yeah. Well, Shardik... The Riddler in the Batman is based more on Hush than Riddler. It's weird. WJ, his best episode, If You're So Smart, Then Why Aren't You Rich? That is a good one. And then Peppy, oh my god, what happened to his neck? Yeah, it's bad. Opinions on the Lego Batman movie, it's really good for about 20 minutes, and then you realize, oh my god, it's never going to shut up. Dead End. Clayface. Clayface is a really good one. Have you guys seen that Clayface is getting his own movie? It looks cool. Zammy, what do you think of Absolute Batman or the Absolute Universe? I don't like Absolute Batman, but I love Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Martian Manhunter. Mecha Macros, if I make a G1 reboot, I would make Warpath an autistic Russian tank. Hell yeah. Autistic Russian tank describes weaponized toy car, they say. There we go. Mad Prime, I think my favorite villain in animated, Mr. Freeze is really, really good too. That's the thing, it's hard to pick favorite villain in DC. DC has such strong villains. I'd like to see DC bring back Tarantula. That'd be kind of cool. There's so many cool villains that have been left in, like, the Golden Age and the Silver Age. Lex Luthor would just be a bald guy in a suit. Yes, but give him the armor. And who cares? Yeah, he's a bald guy, but he's Superman's arch enemy. That should get you a toy. Dead End, Black Spider. That's one I've not thought about in a long while. Alright, enemy. What if instead of RonBonDujon, there was evil RonBonDujon, Dujon? He doesn't have a beard, he loves the Hot Toys fembots, and he makes toys of pregnant Scorponok. Oh no, I would love to have a Bizarro RonBonDujon. Dramatic Razor, I had a Black Manta toy as a kid and named him Slicer. He was the main villain that terrorized my plushies. Hell yeah. WJ did their first ever short. That's cool. Dead End says spoilers. Oh, I'm sorry, Dead End. I wasn't trying to spoil the Superman movie. He just has a cool line. David Field, hey! Just wanted to say that your crush on the end of Spider-Man Transformer video was so real. Yeah. So Dead End says, hey, respect the hyphen. Davimus, I want to ask if you're ever going to a TF Con. I would if I could afford it, but not right now. Oh, hey, Taz, how's it going? Mad Prime, can you mention if McFarlane can make superpowers style of Mortal Kombat? That'd be kind of cool. Cheesimus, I do not know how to play any instruments. Dead End, I'm not going to hear you out on Clayface. And then Zammy, I hear there's going to be some DC and Marvel collab soon. Yeah, James Gunn was hinting that he's trying to do something. Dead End. The one in Nightwing was a villain, but I'm talking about the Golden Age one that was a hero. Are you still talking about Tarantula Dead End? And then Cheesemas. What would Shatterglass RonBonDujon sound like? Shatterglass RonBonDujon would have like a really high-pitched voice. Like, I feel like Shatterglass RonBonDujon would sound like Ben Shapiro. And then 13th Prime, when are you opening Blokees? At some point. Maybe. Let's see here. Weaponized toy car. Astro Train is both a train and a space shuttle. Do we not expect the autistics to love him? Bad Prime, I think James Gunn is a good director of live-action Transformers movie. Maybe. I don't know. Dead End. Who's your favorite Jedi? Mine is a tie between Cal Kestis and Plo Koon. My favorite Jedi is a tie between Plo Koon and Ahsoka Tano. Those are my two favorites. Maximum Prime. Do I have Revenge of the Fallen, Optimus, and Jetfire from 2009? I do not. Alright. Riddle me this. When is a Transformers channel not a Transformers channel? It's when they start unboxing all the DC stuff. I need to get to actually doing the Transformers thing. So, Stripe Doink. I did my top 10 Glup Shittos in the Many Toys of Cosmos. Wait, no, I didn't. That was just top 10 Star Wars characters, wasn't it? Okay, my favorite Glup Shitto. Yes, I do have a favorite Glup Shitto, and I'm giving you a hint who it is. Jedi magics don't work on me! Only money! I love Watto. He's the best. Isn't Shatterglass Ron just Angry Birds Ron? Oh no, there's a couple of Bizarros then. So it's either Angry Birds Ron, or it could be that Ron that opened up the Superman trading cards. The whatever I named that, Sigma Dujon 69420. That's the other one. I have an idea. What if Shatterglass Dead End was just like Mr. Rogers? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Wait, Dead End, you run a Plo Koon parody account on Twitter. That's kind of cool. What does Plo Koon talk about on his day-to-day? Here. I need to plug up my phone. That's what I'm going to do now. You said Watto is your favorite Star Wars... Watto is not my favorite Star Wars character. Watto is my favorite Glup Shitto. There is a difference. I like Claude because he's also the... Oh no, not the live slug reaction! Max Rebo's great though. I love Max Rebo. And then Dead End says, I also run Dead End 1. Alright. So, these guys, I started putting these together months ago, and then I stopped live streaming. So, Mad Prime says knock knock. Okay, knock knock. Who, is this a who's there? Okay, who's there? I'm trying to figure out who we haven't done yet. I think Soundwave and Sunstorm are the two that are going to be in these boxes. Mad Prime Productions, get who? Den says their favorite Transformers character is Trench. Oh, the Admiral? Okay. Get over here, okay. Oh, hey, O-Prime Edits. How's it going? No, that's great. I see you comment every so often. No, I'm glad to know that you're still liking the thing. Trench is pretty cool. And then no one in particular. Now that my internet is better, one last fan cast. David Hayter as Sideswipe and Cam Clark as Sunstreaker. Okay. And then Mechamacarus, I wish in the G1 movie the Combaticons would have had a more prominent role. I think the movie was being written before the Combaticons were actually finalized. I think that's the reason why Devastator is the only combiner, is just bad timing. Because a lot of Season 2 had not been written by the time they had finished the script of the G1 movie. I'm going to say this right now, Mechamacarus. I'm really glad they didn't replace Devastator. Because that scene in the G1 movie is the coolest thing to ever happen to Devastator. So I would never want Bruticus to take that, because Bruticus has enough shit. Age of the Prime's Vortex. I actually own him. I've not opened him yet, but I should. They should make Dragstrip a woman. I mean, fans do it so often for a reason. Yeah, I think Dragstrip as a woman makes sense. And after all, like, animated Dragstrip was super cool. Okay, good. We got Sunstorm. Here's the dumb thing. Because I saw the yellow and I forgot what we were doing, I was honestly about to ask, oh, wow, did Blokees do a Dragstrip that I just forgot about? Alright. Let's get you out of here, buddy. I still haven't seen the trailer of Mortal Kombat 2. I've fallen so hard off Mortal Kombat. when I was a kid, Mortal Kombat was like my favorite thing ever. And then Mortal Kombat X is one of my all-time favorite games. Mortal Kombat 11 was kind of a letdown for me. And then Mortal Kombat 1 was so filled with microtransactions, I literally just couldn't do it anymore. Like, 11 had already kind of lost me on things like the Thanksgiving fatality. Mortal Kombat 1 just didn't help. Also, the story got so friggin' bad in Mortal Kombat 11. I hated the story of Mortal Kombat 11. I really like Mortal Kombat still. Like, it's still one of my favorite franchises, and I feel bad that I'm at a point now where it's like I just don't even pay attention to what's going on in Mortal Kombat anymore. Alright, let's build up Sunstorm. Let's do it. Come on, guy. I'm gonna see how well I remember to do this. This is the first time I've built up a Blokees since I did the sponsored video a while back. Let's see here. Where's your waist? Your waist is here. Alright, I gotta build up the robot crotch. That's always my favorite part of this. Where's your crotch, bud? Where is it? Okay, I found your ass. Your sweet Sunstorm ass. Now, where is the front? There is the front. There we go. We're getting this together now. And then we got Sunstorm's cockpit there. And then where's the back? There we go. Oh, wait, I need to put on the shoulders first. Jesus. You see, this is how long it's been that I'm forgetting even the most basic of my Blokees builder skills. And that is skills with a Z, because it's not a phase, Mom. Man, Sunstorm has had such a raw deal. Like, in the early 2000s, they were in Dreamwave. They were like a go-to repaint for Starscream. The only decent-looking version of the animated Seeker mold, in my opinion, is the Sunstorm version, because Starscream looks so bad and Skywarp doesn't look much better. And then out of nowhere, they were just like, actually, no, we're done with Sunstorm. Same thing with Acid Storm. They were on such a good run for a little bit, and then they just got left by the wayside. And when we do get Acid Storm nowadays, it's never with the cool camo. Because that's what made Acid Storm cool, was the camo. And now he's just like a flat green. It's like gross. Alright, here we go. We're getting a boy put together. I need to get your shoulders on. Where's your shoulders, bud? No, that's... Whoa, that's cool! Sunstorm actually has flames coming out of his hands. Oh, that's sick. That's really cool. Okay, I found his shoulders. Alright. Boop. And a bub. There we go. And we gotta build up knees and elbows. You need knees and elbows. I mean, I guess you don't need them. I mean, look at Cotton Hill. He just got his ankles sewed to his knees. He turned out okay. He killed 50 men. There we go. Do you guys know about the King of the Hill reboot? I'll be honest, I don't think I'm excited for it. I love King of the Hill. I really do. But, like, I've seen some of the clips they put out. And, you know, you gotta give it time. Sometimes it just takes a few episodes for them to find their footing. I guess I'm really worried that, like, they might have forgotten that King of the Hill is a satire. I don't know. I'm still hoping it'll be good. Like, I saw the clip where Hank is going through the museum to George W. Bush, and that felt like something out of the original show. But then some of the other stuff I've seen, it's like, I just don't know. I just don't know. But, you know, maybe it's just trailers. There's been plenty of things that have come out that have had bad trailers, and they turned out to be good. Transformers 1, hell, they had pretty bad trailers. But then the movie turned out to be awesome. And then there are some things that have amazing trailers, and they turn out to suck. Like the original Suicide Squad. The original Suicide Squad trailer has a better story than the Suicide Squad movie. It's insane. Like, when you watch the trailer, the one that has Queen over it, the one that has Bohemian Rhapsody, it's actually kind of insane how there is like a 3-act structure within that commercial. And it's better than what's in the actual movie. Alright, we're coming together here. And now let's get you your arms. Boop. And boop. Sunstorm looking great. Looking good. Here we go. Oh, shoulder popped out. Ah, come on. Back in you go, bud. Okay. Now let's build up some shins. Boop. There we go. Ah, there we go. And then the bump. That didn't click as well as it feels like. No, it's together. I guess it just wasn't as satisfying a click as it could be sometimes. There we go. We got the body more or less together. Now we just gotta start putting on the incidentals, like feet. And first time we've done Blokees, like a live stream where we built it up in like 6 months. It's weird. What is loose? Oh god, it's his neck! Okay, well, I'm glad I found that. I would have been fishing around for that for a little bit. Alright, now we gotta build up Sunstorm. Where's all the pieces for it? Oh, is it just as simple as putting it in like this? Is there not a back piece to his head? Surely there's a back piece to the head. Am I crazy? I'm gonna go ahead and build up Sunstorm's wings. Put it on the back. Okay. Well then, got Sunstorm's face right there. And now let's put his helmet on. Okay, yeah, there's no back piece. I guess maybe that get in the way of the lighting. And now, what hands do I want to give Sunstorm? I want to give one open hand and one closed fist, because that's how I roll. Damn it, I did it on the same side. I hate when I do that. I like to keep the hands that I don't use on the sprue. There we go. There he is. He's ready to tell everyone about how he's God.
I'm here to spread the word of God, and God is me. So listen up.
There we go. I like the flames. The flames are cute. Here. There we go. There we go. 2 messianic archetypes, am I right? Man, me and all my homies, we all hang out. We all hang out with the messianic archetypes. Alright. Let's see here. So that's a block he's built up. I'm gonna say that, like, regardless of what else we do tonight, we've succeeded. Because I've actually managed to build up a Blokees. Oh god, I got a lot of comments to catch up on. Nope. So I keep trying to scroll up, and because it, like, shoots up, it starts thinking that I'm trying to ban people from the chat. Okay, no, we're good. Napper, I'm sorry, I was obsessed with Mortal Kombat. Okay, Moon. Do Blokees ship to countries like Poland? Someone said that, like, some European countries don't get Blokees, so I'm not sure. Roast Toast. Hey, they finally made it to a stream. No one in particular. I'm in favor of Shockwave as a woman, voiced by Terry Brasius, reprising Showdown. Okay. Zammy, I think it said because since Bruticus and Menasor didn't show up, they could have been... So, in IDW, when they adapted the movie into a comic, that's what they did with Bruticus and Menasor, is they went to fight Omega Supreme, Superion, and Defensor. Deaden, I knew a guy that ran a Sunstorm parody. He turned out to be a right-wing nutjob. Yeah, it's funny. Sunstorm absolutely would attract some right-wing nutjobs. Stropadoink, I knew someone who made Johnny Cage get pregnant in The Sims. Oh, no. Deaden, wait, no. It was a... No, not Thundercracker! Deaden, don't tell me Thundercracker has a pipeline. I don't need to know about the Thundercracker to alt-right pipeline. Mad Prime, good thing I got the Blokees I want. Sick. Strunk, dead end, parody accounts tend to turn... Why do parody accounts tend to turn right-wing? Is that a thing? Shardik, it's sad how basically everything that is under Warner Bros. Is burning. True. As I did as well. Wow, that's a cool username. I need more Sunstorm content and shows because I'm pretty sure that there's just TFA Sunstorm who's just a Starscream clone. In shows, yes, but if you want good Sunstorm, he had a great run in the Dreamwave comic. I miss the dark tone of Mortal Kombat, says Mad Prime. I miss when Shao Kahn was allowed to be, like, grand. Now he's just a big meathead. Roast Toast, not sure if y'all have already talked about Blokees leaks, but that new Optimus looks perfect. I've not talked about the leaks. Is there a new leak for Optimus? Straight up a doink. As I did as well. Mutual. Oh, sick. Devimus. I had a dumb headcan idea. I was thinking of making Horrible basically be Undyne and Needle Nose as Alfies in my TFAU. Oh yeah, why not? Enemy. Guys, Shatterglass RonBonDujon appears in Ron's first ever video. He doesn't have a beard. That's the only physical difference. Cheeseman's crying. Where's your crotch, bud? RonBonDujon a few moments ago. Oh, Prime Ed. Sunstorm is just too hot for you to handle. Rosta, so Evil Ron just doesn't have a beard. Fair enough. I agree with that. I feel like Evil Ron would have no hair at all, actually. I think Evil Ron would be completely bald and have no hair. Because I have the longer hair. Enemy, yep. Evil Ron also goons to hot toy fembots. I don't like Evil Ron anymore. Dead end. Most of the parodies I interact with are run by LGBTQ plus people, including mine. I'm Pan. I don't think there's a single straight person in the Star Wars parody group chat. Hell yeah. Bird Labs. Hi. Hey, Bird Labs. How's it going? Straight up a doink. Sunstorm's crotch went away because he got back alley bottom surgery. God. Mechamecris. I wish the Predacons would have had a different name, so there could have been a Decepticon combiner named the Tredicons, which would have been mainly composed of Second World War tanks. That's kind of a good name, actually. I like that pun, the Tredicons. I do not love this. Oh, wait, Evil Ron loves the pregnant Scorpionon bit. That makes sense. Rosetta says hello to Bird Labs. Zammy, would it be crazy if Blokees adds an ab crunch in the articulation for these little guys? So, Zammy, let me pull down a modern guy. Here, where's one? Here, I got a Ryan here. So, check this out, right? Wait a minute. Did I not grab the right guy? One sec, did I not grab? Oh, yeah, I grabbed the wrong one, I guess. Wait a minute, what? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm insane. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. There's no way that this is happening right now. One sec. No, I am right. So, the newest wave of Blokees, they've redone the torso design entirely to give you ab crunch and let you go side to side. So, I don't know if I was just grabbing guys from wave 1 by accident. I thought I was grabbing wave 2. Okay. Oh no, I can't get Megatron to stand up. Okay, he's standing again. Okay. Oh no, it took me back down to the bottom of the comments. Oh no! I'll find where I was, I will. I will find it, damn it. Okay, I found where I was. Rostos, at least Cyberverse made Acid Storm gender fluid. Yeah, that was cool with Acid Storm. And that was just like an animation error that they made canon. Kind of like, kind of like most of the Seekers, actually. No one in particular. Make a triple changing Acid Storm that swaps between jet, male, and female bot modes. That'd be kind of cool. Or even do a 2-in-1 2-pack. Why not? You get both versions. Taz, Sunstorm taking you to Flavortown. Hey, Valentin, how's it going? Sunstorm has such pretty colors. They do. I like their colors a lot. Cheesemas, I have the Blokees Acid Storm, and I resented him because he wasn't Cliff Jumper. Cheesemas, I think you're Cliff Jumper love. It goes a little bit too hard. Devimus, I think Sunstorm would work perfectly for Age the Primes, and Hasbro could say he's associated with Megatronus. Why not? Rostos, do I like the Cliff Jumper's Blokees mold? I do. I wish he didn't have the gridded teeth, but I think he's good. Deaden, hear me out. Guy Fieri, or however that's spelled, as Rodimus, but only in a show that relies heavily on comedy, maybe like shorts. I'd be into that. That's pretty good. Rodimus is going to take you to Flavortown. Transformers 1 had abysmal marketing. They really did. Peppy, the 87. I only have 3 Blokees so far, and I really like them. Very silly. I got IDW Megatron, Wheeljack, and Sunstreaker. Oh, those are good. Rose Toast. Oh, those are awesome, Peppy. No one in particular. That problem with King of the Hill satire is that the world has become so absurd it makes the satire look mundane. No one in particular. They even talked about this, how at one point Dell was supposed to be ridiculous, and now Dell, people like him are in politics. Taz, I still have some TF1 Blokees I haven't unboxed. Sick. Valentin Ventilla, Killer Croc was wasted in the original Suicide Squad movie. I totally agree with you. So many good characters were wasted in that movie. The guy who was playing Boomerang was such good casting for Captain Boomerang. Roast Toast. Man, that glow on his chest is beautiful. It's pretty solid. Oh, Prime Hits. Review more Tobot figures. Oh, Prime, I'm afraid I'm just not reviewing many figures right now. Straight Doink. I have Blokees Cliff Jumper, a Death Tracker, who I named Garrett. That's a good name. And the Shiny Grimlock. Sick. Hey, Carlos, how's it going? Valentin Ventilla. Mortal Kombat. I used to love Mortal Kombat. You gotta push in the feet in a lot than you expect with them. Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison. Hey, Oscar, how's it going? Oscar NJ Boys in the chat. Oh, Dead End says it was actually only 5 months ago, not 6 months like I thought. Yes, my Death Tracker was named after Garrett the Garbage Man to match Steve the Viacon. No in particular, so I recall you mentioned Sunstorm thinks himself to be a god. Yes, in the Dreamwave comics, Sunstorm thinks that he's Primus, and he speaks of himself in third person. Mecha Macris, do you think Mad Max Transformers would be a cool idea? I think it would be cool if they did a Transformer or Lord Humongous's truck, and of course the Interceptor. I think that'd be really cool. It's already a great vehicle aesthetic. Burt Labs, I actually bought a knockoff Classics Class Scourge on AliExpress. Ah, that sucks. Oh no, O-Prime is spamming hearts. As I did as well, I'd listen to him all day. Kurt Cobain said, God is gay. Oi, Carlos, two Burt Labs. There are knockoffs! There are knockoffs on AliExpress, you gotta be careful. In particular, imagine Sunstorm and Sunstreaker having a one-night stand. Are you talking sun-on-sun action, no one in particular? Are you talking Sun X Sun right now? Yup. And then Valentin Ventilla, what a flaming Dorito chip that Sunstorm is! Yup. Sunstreaker is a false god. Sunstreaker is a false... He is a literal false god. He's a golden idol. He literally is. Carlos, the only way to identify them is to see, like, is the seller, like, verified. Just go through their reviews and see, like... If they have a lot of positive reviews, that usually means that you can rely on them. Oscar NJ Boy, I'm going to spam 100% now. Oh, no. I feel like, now that I have her in hand, Beast Machine's Black Arachnia is kind of an engineering power move. Beast Machine's had a lot of really good toys. Mom Mix, if you like Black Arachnia, get Night Viper. He's the one that turns into the Cobra. It's really cool. So, Stroink, I did not read about Sunstorm and Sunstreaker having a one-night stand with their ship. Yeah, you got it too. It's Sun, totally. Mecha Macris, I want Hasbro to make Mad Max Transformers so bad. And then Mom makes the fact that they could get away with splitting legs without sacrificing a basic 9-degree bend. Talking about Black Arachnia still. Yeah. And then, If there's no Blokees or TF in the listings, it's probably fake. Yes, that's a good rule to go by. Zammy, Shao Kahn during Mortal Kombat 9 was on Demon Time. Wish they didn't turn him stupid when they brought him back. That's my big problem. In Mortal Kombat 11, he's just a moron, and they never changed that. They turn it into, like, Sindel was the brains between them. And I have nothing with... Like, Sindel should be smart, but Sindel also shouldn't be evil. Like, the tragedy of Sindel is that she was a good person made bad by Shao Kahn. Roast Toast. Ooh, yeah! You gotta check out the leaks. Alright. Cheesemas, I took Acid Storm's right foot and shin privileges. Oh no. Burt Labs actually thinks Evil Ron wouldn't be bald, but would have a super long wizard beard. You know, Evil Ron would have, like, a soul patch, and only a soul patch. Zammy, I'm scared of Evil Ron Bomb with no hair that loves goonified Starscream. Alright. Todd says, ooh, Cheesemas, the Defender series guys have a ball joint in the waist, so that kind of counts as a crunch. Dramatic Razor, Evil Ron has a bad upload schedule because he's busy trying to find ways to sexualize Starscream. I'm making major advancements in sexualizing the Seekers. I don't know why, I just assumed that my accent would also be more ridiculous. Wait, no, I already said Evil Ron would have a really high-pitched voice. So it'd be like, actually,
using facts and logic, I can actually guarantee that the way to save Hasbro, and to, by extent, save the fandom, is to make Starscream goon-worthy.
That would be Evil Ron. Zemi, good God, yeah, I need some of these new Blokees. Those articulation and bear sculpts are so good. One in particular. So, who was talking about Starscream living in a shack and building Spitfire as a companion? Because I have a Jetstorm story to share. Enemy, Evil Ron is Lock Judge Baldwin, but instead of eating kids, he was the one when... Oh, are you saying that I'd be like William Afton? What is Lock Judge Baldwin? Valentin Ventilla, not even William Afton from FNAF, would do such unholy things as Evil RonBon. Jay Blue Sky, hey, new name. I'm sad we never got Sunstorm and Acid Storm in the Earthrise mold. I'm sad too, but I'm hoping maybe there's still time. Mark, that Sunstorm is cool AF. I do really like it. It's great. Is there an Absolute Killer Croc? Is he in the Absolute Batman stories? Zammy, should Transformers Skybound do one-short stories for specific characters in the series like IDW did? Zammy, I think they should, but I don't think it should be like full issues. I think it'd be cool if they did like the free comic book day Jazz story that was like 4 pages long and it just gave you an insight into who Jazz is. I would buy like a big book that just gave each character their own little 4-page story like that. Mark, also, you should come out with the Many Toys Overlord soon, lol. I just bought an old Masterpiece Sunstorm last month and I love the colors on it. Sick. Sunstorm looks like cheese, says Zammy. Oh, Prime Edits. You could do a false jet mode for Sunstorm. Yeah, we can give it a try. Let me catch up on comments first. Devis, I have no idea. What if the Mega Pretender works like Springlock suits from FNAF? I mean, that kind of happened to Bludgeon in IDW. He got stuck in there. Mecha Macros, I'm afraid I don't have an opinion on Ultraman. I've seen a little bit of stuff. I think it's cool, but that's about it. Peppy, I think Evil RonBon has no eyelashes. Yeah, I'm going to say no hair at all. That makes Evil RonBon sounds like the guy in the card video. That's what I'm saying! You guys told me Starscream isn't already good. No one in particular. You gotta pinch your nose shut for the Ben Shapiro voice. I tried. Dead End Screamer is goon-worthy as it is. Evil RonBon would only collect Evil RonBon would collect Sea Spray and also Slingshot. Slingshot would be Evil RonBon's favorite. Dramatic. I prefer the less of the country accent and more like calm Sigma tough, like it sounded in the Superman card video. That's right. There's so many Evil Rons running around. I don't even remember what we've agreed on Evil Ron sounding like. Evil Ron is the type to say Bumblebee is their favorite Transformer character inside Cliffjumper. For real. I think the sexualized Starscream isn't that bad compared to the Bumblebee from the same toy line. It feels like they have some meat on their bones. What the fuck is that? Zammy, if you're interested in voice acting a character in Transformers, would you like to voice? I actually would love to do voice acting. I did Hound for someone's fan thing, and that was pretty fun. That's the thing, is I don't have great range. I'm trying to work on it, but, like, if someone was like, hey, Ron, who's a character you love to do? I would probably say my favorites, like Thundercracker and Scrapper. I gave Sunstorm's cousin, Thundercracker, his right shitted foot. Why are you giving the Seekers the wrong parts, Cheesimus? Let's see here. Dead End, give me a Spotlight Skybound. Oh, Absolute Killer Croc is just as Skybound, is what you guys are saying. Cheesimus, I have read Worst Spot Ever. I think it was really cute. Oh, Prime Edits, when's the Many Toys of Vortex coming out? I'm not entirely sure. An idea for a triple changer named Barrage who could transform into an AC-130 gunship and a missile truck. Cool. Evil Ron terrifies me without eyelashes. Cheesimus, yes, Slingshot is the bald one. And then Carlos, what's wrong with Bumblebee? There's nothing wrong with Bumblebee. I just prefer Cliffjumper. Let's see here. Evil Ron makes least favorite Transformers toys videos. I would. Evil Ron would be super clickbaity. The reason why... Let's see here. Lee, Shower Glass Slingshot is everything that Ron likes in a character. Thundercracker is just holding the shin and foot. Oh, wow.
RonBon, what's your opinion on me making Scrapper into a dad in my story? Go for it. Scrapper would be a great dad. Mega Macros saying lag. So for another ship, Rat Trap and Ransack had one thing. Wait, Rat Trap and Ransack had a thing once. Huh. I hate Slingshot because he's the shiny type of bald. Yeah. I would 100% watch a series where Thundercracker voiced by you. That'd be really fun. You're way too kind, Zammy. I'm not a good actor. That's why I can't get work as an actor. Dramatic Razor. Honestly, my favorite Bumblebee is Earthspark Bee. I have no idea. It just worked for me. It's a really good bee. And I mean, Evil Ron would make a 1 minute The Little Toys of videos where he builds up a character, then reveals that they had no toy and ends the video. Evil Ron is the type to make many toys of non-transforming Transformers. I would make the many toys of non-transforming Transformers. I would love to make the many toys of GoBots, Carlos. That's actually something I would like to do. Oh, no. Deaden, what's your opinion on female Scrapper? I don't really care. Like, I just want new versions of Scrapper. So, like, if someone has a good idea and that means that Scrapper presents as female, like, that's cool. I like to see what the design is. Jesus, if you can't be an actor, then can you sing? I can sing a little bit, but I don't have great range there either. No one in particular. Evil Ron would make clickbait shorts and content farm vids. Evil Ron would totally use AI. Like, all the thumbnails would be AI, and it'd be the worst shit ever. Oh, no, I don't want to sing. I'm bad at singing. Would you do... Oprah edits, would you do a knockoff beatdowns because Thew has taken his sweet time making them? I would never steal stuff from Thew. His fans would kill me. Damus, good to go. Also, since you said that means you're not Ron, you're secretly evil Ron. No! Well, it was nice to see you, Damus. Thank you for popping in. Jay Blue Sky, Earthspark Season 1 might be my favorite Transformers show. What I thought of the first of Season 2 had so much promise, then I found out what it was. It broke my heart to realize that Season 2 was bad. It was a few episodes in where it sunk in, this isn't good. Mega Macros, I love to see a show where all the G1 Transformers and all the GoBots fight each other. Hell yeah. Erector and Hot House being lovers. Yes, ship Erector and Hot House. Erect House needs to happen. It's either Erect House or Hot Erector. That's the only option. Carlos, I was going to say Evil Ron makes the not so many toys of Transformers, but you also make those. I do. Dramatic, I'm trying to make an alternate mode for my Blokees death tracker. Will you do an updated version of building a sky... Oh, wait. I'm combining comments now. Because I'm kind of going insane that he doesn't transform and is a Transformer. That's cool, Dramatic. So, Zammy, I am planning on doing an update on the Skybound one. It's going to be after the current run ends. Whoa, Cheesemus is going to put down Scrapper if I don't sing. Thank you, Davimus. I'm glad you popped in. Okay, weaponized toy car. My crack ship of Sunstreaker and Smokescreen ship named Sunscreen. That's a good one. Oprah Ed, did I enjoy the Cyberworld episode? I thought the animation was good, and I liked the voice acting. The show's not for me, but it doesn't need to be for me. I hope kids enjoy it. Burlabs, why are genderbit versions of male characters always sexualized? Is that a thing? I don't know. Because... Well, Bird Labs, I have a reason. It's because there's a lot of people in the closet and just don't want to admit that they're attracted to a male character, I guess. Well, that's the real reason. It's because there's some weird guy out there who's like, I'm not gay, but I'm really into Batman. And then that's why they gotta do it. Fountain Ventilla, Evil Ron steals your pizza, your burger, your hot dog, or whatever you eat and spits on it. That's evil. That's actually evil. I want there to be a houseboat transformer simply named Homie. That's pretty good. No! So now enemy's gonna put tailgate down. Okay. I think, so Spider Dad, I think that the ship name is the most important part of a ship. Ron, you say you accidentally shipped Warpath and Beachcomber has actually ruined me. They're genuinely becoming my favorite pair of mine. They're so perfect. They would be good, and Warpath should be a woman. My mistake at 8 years old is better than anything official about Warpath. I like how every Transformer in Transformers' worst spot ever basically has a visor with two little pupils drawn on. It's cute. Oh, Cheesemus, congrats on coming out. Good for you. And then Dramatic Razor, does that mean Evil Ron is not even straight, just in the closet and like Starscream? Well, okay, is evil Ron, if it's the opposite of me, I'm going to assume that means that they are just straight. Because, wait, is in the closet the opposite of being open? I mean, I guess it is the opposite of being open, but I don't think it's the opposite of being, like, gay, necessarily. Yeah, I'd go with that. No! Don't kill Tailgate in front of Cyclonus. I gotta catch up on the comments before I sing. Transfem Warpath, that's what we need. Mad Prime, I think I always have blast with Kenner-style Superman fight my Kenner Darth Vader or my Alien or Predator and team up with my Batman or Retro Spider-Man. That's the thing, is it's so fun as a kid, just like combining whatever toys you got. I'm telling you, Zammy, Warpath should be a woman. Rose Coast, Hot Cup, I don't have... Hot Rod and Cup being Hot Cup is pretty good. One ship is Thundercracker and Thunderblast being X's, and call it Broken Thunder. That's pretty good. Evil Ron... Wait, Roast Toast, if there's an Evil Ron redemption arc, does that mean that I would turn evil and become the new Evil Ron? Beachcomber and his very rambunctious wife. No, Carlos, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is Evil Ron in the closet, or are they just straight? Jay... You know, for my campaign settings involving Transformers, I toyed with pairing up Jazz and Prowl. Thoughts? That seems like a pretty interesting pairing. I know that's popular within the fandom. Cheesemas, the gun I have against Scrapper has no BBs, and I can't find my BBs. Motormaster as a woman makes sense. Yeah, why not? Go. That's the thing, is the gender of these characters don't matter. What matters is the writing. And if it means that these characters get to come back and have some spotlight, yeah, do whatever you want. If you have a great new take on Motormaster, I don't care what you change. Just give me a cool Motormaster. Spider-Bat, what if evil you is normal you and the evil version considers you the evil one? Okay, Spider-Dad, now we're talking about what came first between the chicken and the egg. I'm the real one and the other one's the evil one because I said so. Megatron and Ron is being called Megarod. Uprom Eds, can Scavenger get more love, please? His wiki bio is already sad. Oh no. Mechamacris, I think it'd be cool in a Transformers show they made Soundwave and Blaster's secret best friends who would go on adventures and then their cassettes would goof off with each other. Oh. Let's see here. A Blokees Jetfire would be really nice. Oi, I'm having a hard time with comments because every time they get kind of popped up. Let's see here. Then, did Evil Ron make the many toys of Dead End first, thus making it unnecessary for me to threaten him? I don't know. Evil you is swearing up and down that you're the evil right now. Well, evil me needs to piss off. The fact that I called them evil me shows you that I'm the real one. If they're identifying it as evil Ron, that means that Ron came first. Swoop Block is pretty good. Prove that you're the real RonBonDujon. I am the RonBonDujon. Jay Blue Sky, oh damn, I didn't realize Prowler Chefs is already popular. Just looked it up and it autofilled immediately. Yeah, no, it's a good pairing. Dramatic Razor, Evil Ron is in the closet, but in the way he doesn't even know and hates the LGBT community because he's projecting. Oh, problem, it's going to be Sonic and Shadow all over again with Ron and Evil Ron. No one could tell. Anyone with eyes could tell the difference between Sonic and Shadow. People in Sonic are just racist. Matt Prime, it's like loving watching old movies in the 80s and 90s. Evil Ron pronounces my name right! I'm sorry, Carlos. Oh no! Evil Ron hates every minority! Why is Evil Ron becoming so... Why are we getting so real with Evil Ron? I have an alt account called Evil Strength Batoink. Oh no, is Evil Weaponized Toy Car and Evil RonBonDujon gonna team up? Mechamacris, Evil RonBond would make the many toys of Dead Prowl, Dead Brawn. Oh no. Is Evil Ron not cynical? Oh, is Evil Ron like more optimistic, but like optimistic about evil? I don't know. Evil Ron fell down the alt-right pipeline. No, Evil Mad Prime hates me, but would like Evil Ron. Delinquent Ratchet and Ironhide would be known as Rat Hide. No, don't give me that. Evil Ron married Sea Spray. Why is Evil Ron an interesting character, Roast Toast? That's what I want to know. Evil Stroink made the thumbnail for the Evil Ron Q&A. To be fair, Amy, if Sonic painted himself black and changed his quills to be evil, he would look like Shadow, and it was also in the dark. No, that doesn't work. You're telling me that... But that's the thing, is Sonic and Shadow didn't change colors. Even in the dark, Sonic is still blue. And on top of that, in Sonic 06, she confuses Silver for Sonic, and Silver is white! Dead end. Guys, make an evil Ron chart now. Spire Dead, is there perhaps a morally ambiguous Ron that hates evil and good Ron? Why is there a third Ron? Wait a minute, so are you saying that I'm the super ego of this? Is there a super ego and an id in this trifecta? Oh man, I gotta put Evil Toast down. Oh no, Dead End wants evil Ron lore. Don't even tell it. Evil Ron would buy Legacy United Quake, then it hits him with a hammer because he's an obscure character. Stripe Twink is writing evil Ron fanfiction, no! Bird Labs, Evil Ron has a misogynistic podcast. Bird Labs, you're just saying the same thing twice. Show me I say that. There's plenty of podcasts that aren't misogynistic. Probably, maybe. I haven't heard them. Cheesemas Prime, do you want to hear an offensive joke? Oh, Cheesemas. Cheesemas, no. Let's see here. Oh, Prime Edits, how old is Tailgate in IDW? Oh, what do you mean? Tailgate's older than anyone on the ship. He's older than Cyclonus. Matt Prime, Bizarro me smash Twitter people. Mecha Macros, Erector X Motormaster could be called Master Erector. That's pretty good. So we have enemy. Tired Ron is the silver to your Sonic and Shadow. Oh no. I'm already tired, Rob. We need neutral Ron. Into the Ronverse. The RonBon multiverse. Ron, third Ron. Is evil of the Ron. Oh! Okay, is evil... We need to figure this out. Is evil Ron Shattered Glass Ron or just Nemesis Ron? As I did as well, says Stripe Badoink, send me the link when you're done. Into the Ronverse. I feel no way towards either something Futurama quote. Mac Razor, is there an alternate universe Ron with the same morality but different powers? What would the different powers be? Would it be that I'm a better editor but have a worse voice? Dead End. I know someone that chips Dead End with Motormaster, but like a female Motormaster, it's the guy that did J-Motion's profile picture, actually. Huh, cool. Storp Doink, I don't think I'll write this, but it's called me like the Green Goblin Mask. Is that the evil Ron fanfiction you're talking about, Stroink? Mega Mecris, do not hit my boy Quake. He's my favorite little boy who has not committed any war crimes. Roastus, would Neutral Ron be Pan, Ace, or something else? I'm going to say Neutral Ron's going to be Ace. Like, still an ally, but still distinct from me. Burlabs, I think Evil Ron wouldn't have eyebrows. No, that's what I'm saying. Evil Ron has no hair. Third Ron from the sun. I'd say Evil Ron is Shattered Glass Ron. Because he thinks he's the true one and basically the exact opposite of Classic Ron. Nemesis Ron, as he is your same universe, gooning to hot toy fanboys. And what the fuck is that, enemy? What is that? Rose Toast, Nemesis Ron would know he's not the original and leans into it. Oi. Dead End just shot Quake. Would Evil Ron be pure evil or just rivals? I'm not too sure. Carlos, Ron, did you know that the Altus and Magnus aren't exactly brothers because they are semi-related? Get it? Because they are semi-trucks. That's pretty good, Carlos. What has this stream... I don't know nobody in particular. What has this stream become? Evil Ron would listen to Buddy Holly by Weezer once, and then he starts making the most evil comment describing how stupid and bad Weezer is. Jesus Christ. We're gonna open someone eventually. Nemesis Ron is in your walls, hide. This RonBon universe just keeps expanding. Evil Ron sexualizes RC. Why does Evil Ron have more lore than me? Wait a minute. Why is there an evil Strike Doink now? Peppy the 87. I'm just saying it's my first time watching your stream. I'm having a great time. I'm glad, Peppy. I'm good. Oh, God. Cheesemas, I like Weezer. I've listened to Weezer, Pinkerton, Weezer, and Weezer. Oi. Evil Stroink Badoink. Burlebs is Evil Ron is Emesis. Who's your Megatron? I don't know. Evil Ron would have checked the Blokees links by now. Blue Jay, I'm shocked we haven't gotten a Nemesis Prime best on SS86 or Shadowglass or some such repaints. I'm sure they're coming. No one in particular. Shortwave wants to work for Soundwave instead of Astrotrain, but he doesn't want to leave his brothers behind. Spider Dad. Nemesis Ron would be an active threat and more violent. Evil Ron would just suck as a person. Evil Ron would hurt Mad Prime. Mad Prime rip out Evil Ron head. Which of Weezer's is the chef? I don't know what that means. Roastos, I have no idea what's happening, but this is the best stream I've ever seen. Dramatic Razor, Evil Ron complains about Nightshade being non-binary without watching the show for a second. So Evil Ron would just be on X. All the videos that they do is just going to be on X and like Kick. Valentine Matella, dead end. You didn't just shot my boy, didn't you? Evil Stroink Badoink. It's so Evil Stroink Badoink. It's me, Evil Stroink. I hate Anime Prowl and Dinobot. My favorite character is Getaway. No! Evil Ron's your nemesis. Is Prime versus Prime your Megatron? I'm not starting beef with Prime versus Prime. They have enough money to send someone to kill me. Dead End. I think Dead End should either be Ace or Pan, because both equate to disinterest or not caring for gender. Yeah, I agree. That's solid. Enemy. Evil Ron hates Legacy Windblade because she isn't super dainty. Dramatic Razor. Evil Ron doesn't even research. He asks Gronk if this is true. Nord Figure, I figured it out. Evil Ron is in the same universe as Ron. Is basically a bunch of dire wraiths pretending to be me. Delinquent. Evil Ron goes on specific adult websites and searches RC. God. Is there evil Cheesemas? He would be very smart. Ah, Cheesemas, don't say that about yourself. You're smart. Strike Badoink is good. They're back. Carlos says, technically Evil Ron has as much lore as you because he's evil you. He has the same as you, just that his stuff is evil. Dead End. I like Prime vs. Prime. I mean, I think stealing from a corporation is good. Stealing from a corporation's okay. I'm not gonna knock you for that. Deltron, what did I just do? I don't know, Deltron. We're talking about evil RonBonDujon. Rostos, if you have gender equality, does that make you Pan or Ace? Jesus Christ. Cheesemas has a DMF. Cheesemas, so what? You're not good at math. A lot of people aren't good at math. You can be smart in other things. Spardead, Evil Ron idolizes Slingshot. That's what I'm saying. Mecha Macros, Evil Ron would let Dirge live in Hell's Kitchen episode and have him shoot Onslaught and Astrotrain and win the competition. Oi. Dramatic Riser, Evil Ron is dating Grok AI waifu and pretends it's female stars. So, I never go on Reddit. I want you to know that. But I was on Reddit the other day to watch something. Okay, what am I... We're going to open more stuff in a minute. Evil Ron applauded... oh, God. When Earthspark Season 2 is bad because of Nightshade's sourly. Roast Toast. Evil Toast didn't start storyboarding animation, instead supporting AI. Then an Evil Ron would know where I have his family. Stroink, Evil Ron would tell you Alita is terrible because she's one of those people who thinks that the complex female characters are terrible. And Deltratron says, Ayo, what? I believe Cheesemas Prime is actually smart, says Carlos. So, I never go on Reddit, but on Reddit, right, I saw this thing and I had to click on it. And it was a thing where someone in California, they were really mad and they were blaming like their Democrat governor and mayor, whatever. They turned into like this weird attack against the left. But they tried to marry their AI girlfriend. And when they couldn't do that because it's not a real person, they went on Reddit and had a massive crash out saying that they love their AI girlfriend more than anyone else and that it's just as real as a human relationship, and tried to turn it into like, well, if we're gonna have interracial marriage, we should have interspecies marriage with the AI. And it was the most unhinged Redditor shit I've ever seen. And that's when I realized, thank God I don't go on Reddit that often. You know what? I'm gonna out myself. The reason I was on Reddit is because I looked up RonBonDujon on Reddit. I was really curious the other day, so I just went on Reddit and just looked to see, like, is there any RonBonDujon stuff on Reddit? There is, a little bit, but it's just people who say, like, they go into threads where it's, like, best Transformers YouTuber, and they drop my name, and I'm very thankful. But I do think it's really funny. So people are hitting me with the, I don't go on Reddit, and then I actually went on Reddit. I tell you why I went on Reddit. It's because I wanted to see.
what people were saying about me on Reddit. It's the saddest shit ever. It's literally so friggin' sad what I did, but I just wanted to know, what were people saying about RonBonDujon on Reddit? Oi. Alright. Hey, Booster. Let's open you up. Yay. I got Booster Gold. So for anyone who doesn't know Booster Gold's thing, he is a janitor from the future. He used to work at the museum for the Legion of Superheroes, and this costume he wears, in the right hands, this costume would make him the most powerful hero in the universe. The issue is he's an idiot. So he stole it, and he came back in time because he figured even if he doesn't know how to use the costume, if he came back to like the 21st century, he could use it enough to get rich and famous and become a major celebrity. And it never works. He is such a loser. I love Booster Gold. He's so good. And he has like a really sweet and genuine friendship with Blue Beetle, Ted Cord. And yes, I do ship them together. I do support in Bluester. This is a really nice figure too. Like, look at that. They got the pop collar and everything. Colors are nice. They're doing an Animal Man in this line. And I think this is like one of the best Booster Golds ever. That Animal Man's also really, really nice looking. It's like, no offense to the Riddler. I love the Riddler. And I like this toy because I know it's a reference. But that's no comparison. Look at that. Like, Booster Gold's so much better. Superman's pretty much on par. I like the Superman a lot. This Superman doesn't go to this booster, but you know, it's fine. And then, I really think you could put this Mr. Terrific on a comic shelf. Like, even if you weren't doing the other movie guys, if you just got Mr. Terrific, he looks pretty solid. You could put him alongside Booster Gold. Alright. Literally in like the 5 seconds it took to unbox Booster Gold, there is so much that I've already seen come in. I gotta go back up and find. Let's see here. Alright. Fountain Ventilla. Evil Ron would put pineapple on ye lovely pizza. I'm gonna be so real. I like pineapple on pizza. I don't like Hawaiian. I don't like the ham and the pineapple together. But like just pineapple. I can't do it anymore because I'm allergic to pineapple. But when I was younger and before the allergy became bad, I would do that a little bit. Cheesemas. Oh wait, I'm in California. I'm not saying everyone in California is like that. I'm just saying this one weirdo was in California, and he had to make it known because he had, like, specific beef with his congressman. Roast toast. So Evil Ron is an avid Redditor. Makes sense. No, in particular, Reddit won't let me post my Transformers ideas. What? Zammy, I swear to God, at some point in this live stream, Evil Ron will take over for a second. And then, no one in particular... Now, that was just sad. Lockdown. I take it we're talking about the marriage to the AI girlfriend. Dramatic Razor, we live in a Black Mirror episode. We do. No! Is that Evil Ron? Evil Ron was trying to get married to the AI girlfriend enemy? Rostos, Evil Ron would say his lore is more interesting than Classic Ron and ban any conversation about him. Dead End, I don't go on Reddit. Talks about going on Reddit. That's what I'm saying. I went on just because I wanted to know. And then Evil Ron wrote that, is what enemy says. Evil Ron uses Reddit regularly. I can't talk. I was in a Dumb Jake video. Dumb Jake reached out and asked if they could use some footage from some reviews. And it was cool. I was glad to have popped up. Dumb Jake's stuff is pretty fun. Megamacarus, it is Evil Ron. Delinquent, I'm not knocking anyone for being on Reddit. I was just poking fun about that one weirdo for being on Reddit. Alright, and then Vantaventilla. Evil Ron trash talks all of us in this instant. Dead End, I was immature, but I think it was valid. And then Stroke Badoink. Is Evil Ron absolutely would be an incel, I think. Absolutely. Evil Ron went open Booster Gold. And then Dead End just starts going crazy for Booster Gold. They love Booster Gold. Roast Toast, Evil Ron would have opened every figure by now. Carlos, now you gotta get a Blue Beetle for him. I do. I really need to get Ted. Alright, Stroink. Just that description sounds like he would be my favorite guy ever. Talking about Booster Gold. Dead End. Booster is integral to preventing the timeline from collapsing. It's true. If it wasn't for him, then people like Wave Rider and Rip Hunter would have destroyed everything. Mad Prime. Booster is like Johnny Cage? Yeah, Booster is actually very similar in terms of energy.
Jesus Prime, how much would Evil Ron hate Yowie? What the hell is Yowie? Dramatic Razor, Evil Ron doesn't talk to Chet, he just opens toys. Yeah, no, and if I wouldn't open toys because Evil Ron would be a scalper, I think. I think that's another piece of the lore. Found Fatella, Booster Gold's costume is based on old Blockbuster. Is that real? Is it based on Blockbuster? Cool. Didn't, and yes, Mad Prime, that's a pretty simple way to put it, but it works. Carlos, Mad Prime, no, he isn't like Johnny Cage because Johnny was famous at some point. That's pretty good. Jay, I wish Todd McFarlane didn't hate women and we could have some superpowers of women other than Wonder Woman. Tell me about it! No Harley, no Poison Ivy, no Catwoman, no Supergirl, no Batgirl. It's insane. And no, you are only half joking because Todd McFarlane outright said, I don't think women sell. Mad Prime, that smash British man. Rosto says Evil Ron would open Blokees more than once every 5 months. Cheesemas hates pineapple. Dramatic is also allergic to pineapple. Mechamacris. I'm worried that I won't be able to pick up the Age of the Primes Constructicons because the scalpers, all that's left at Walmart is gears. Ah, that sucks. Rosto, saying you like pineapple on pizza while disliking Hawaiian is a neutral Ron thing to say. Jesus Prime, one of my favorite songs, exit music for a film, was in an episode of Black Mirror. Sick. Burlabs, Evil Ron defends every corpo decision Hasbro makes like firing John Warden. Yeah. Dramatic Razor, Evil Ron makes videos about superhero movies where most said word is Mary Sue. Hey, you know who's the real Mary Sue? Superman. He can do anything. I hate that take. The single worst take in comics is anyone who says that Superman is a Mary Sue. No one in particular. Alright, I'm going to get going. Hey, it was good to see you, no one in particular. Thank you for popping in. Von Ventilla, the costume isn't based on a blockbuster. Is it not? Why are you guys lying to me? Dramatic Razor, Yowie is... Okay. Dramatic Razor says Yowie is a boy love. Do you mean it's gay? Or do you mean boy love as in you should be in prison for this? Because if that's the case, that's not Evil Ron. I think I hate Yowie. Mega Macros, Evil RonBon would not talk to us at all while unboxing, and at the end of the stream would flip us off. Evil Ron loves collecting transparent and gold Transformers toys and wants future toys to be gold or transparent. Evil Ron knows what Yowie is. There we go. Straight Badoink. Evil Straight Badoink would be an AI bro who's also a basic straight white girl. Dead End. I want a Cassandra Cain figure, but I missed it. Oh, hey, that sucks. Cheesemas, I hate pizza rolls for lunch. That's great. By the way, guys, it's storming here. So there's a point where, like, the stream has an issue. I just want you to know it's because there's literally thunder and lightning and rain outside right now. Carlos, Evil Ron doesn't even make videos anymore. He made some videos a long time ago and he left the channel because it didn't get him famous. Mac Razor, Evil Ron would buy Labubu and sell them. Wait. Deltron, I wish I had any Blokees. I swear no one around me stocks them and the places that would are closed. That sucks. Delinquent, Evil Ron supports dramatic cuts to the Transformers budget at Hasbro while insisting the line continues at a breakneck speed. Dramatic Razor, Superman is a Mary Sue, the Lux Monkeys. Roast Toast, Evil Toast didn't customize their Shining Optimus and is happy the new leaked Optimus looks 1,000 times better. Jay Blue Sky, we're getting a McFarlane Toys Baby Joey before we get a Hot Girl or a Lois. It's true, and it sucks. Carlos, RonBon doesn't know what Yowie is. No, I don't know. Okay, so now people are just telling me it's just gay. That's fine. That's fine, then. If it's just gay, then I'm okay with that. Evil Ron has fallen. Evil Valentina, your new leader. Thundercracker and Acid Rain are outside Ton's house. Oh, no. Jeez, my Spot Shot's Cliff Jumper and Missing Link Cliff Jumper are basically the same size in vehicle mode. Oh, that's sick. Oh, hey, Mika, this is a new name. Very off topic right now. What's your opinion on Transformers Holoforms? What's Transformer Holoforms? I don't know what that is, actually. Okay. Zammy says, Evil RonBon aside, quickfire top 5 favorite flying character. Wait, 5? Zammy just wants me to name 5 favorite flying characters? Okay, Superman, Thundercracker, the Daleks, Mothra, and I'm pretty sure the puppet in Five Nights at Freddy's can fly. There we go. That's 5 flying things. Mad Prime is literally just screaming, Mad Prime is the strongest there is. Dead End. Would evil Dead End be good Dead End since I'm a Decepticon? I don't even know Dead End. Would evil Dead End be emotional? Because you're apathetic? Deltron, are we going to get a Shatterglass G1Con version of YouTubers? I don't know. I mean, that's kind of what it feels like. We kind of have Shatterglass Ron going on right now. Evil RonBon would put sea spray in a jar. Jesus Christ. Thundercracker has to be there, says Roast Toast. Evil Ron has a YouTube channel called Gay for May. Yes, that Gooner is who I based him on. Oh, God. Roast Toast, I guessed it. Zammy says the Daleks are superior. Mad Problem, I'm going to stop acting like the Hulk or a child. Dear God. Oh, no. Oh, it says Dead End is all jolly and happy. 13th Prime, I have the Matrix and I also have the gun. Oh, no. Strong says, do you guys think Dead End, the character, would like Garfield? I feel like he'd like Garfield. I'd go with that. Zammy says, gutted for having Mothra. 13th Prime says, to take down Prime. Then says, I have feelings, I'm just good at hiding them. Dead End, do you have feelings? Do you feel? Do you? Doctor, I'm going to stop asking you with your power of Primus and this gun I found. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. We've been going on for an hour 40? Ron, have you seen TF Wild King? I saw the first episode. I've not seen the rest. I need to because, like, I don't know. That's cool. I like the toys. I would like to get the toys. Emperor, I'm sorry that the big guy in my head hates the UK so much. Serpadoink. Dead End, what do you think about your Cyberverse version? Rostos, this stream feels like a teacher presenting something but gets interrupted every 5 seconds and then goes on a 30-minute chat with his students. Megamacros, Megalon is the superior bug in the Godzilla franchise. I still really like Megalon. Like, if I did my 5 favorite kaiju, it's Mothra, King Ghidorah, and then right under them would be Biollante, Gigan, and Megalon as a duo, and Destroya. Those are my favorites. Carlos, Evil Ron was Sea Spray's best man at his wedding with the mermaid. Enemy, Evil Ron hates every other franchise and thinks that liking things besides CF makes you a fake fan. Does Evil Ron like Transformers? Like, how far opposite is Evil Ron? Is Evil Ron a Star Wars fan? Deltron, I am Megalon. And Denon says, I liked him, but he shipped with Perceptor. Wait. Then it says, need elitist skybound spotlight or need one very, very short like Jazz. Evil Ron calls Mothra a guy because she's as strong as Godzilla and he can't accept that she's a woman. So Dramatic Razor, I found this out the other day. The most powerful Mothra is Mothra Leo, and that one's a dude. I thought all the Mothra were women, but apparently there is one guy Mothra. And they're the legacy of Mothra. Mad Problem. I'm clamped down. Oh, no, not again. Fusion says, that's something my school band teacher would do. He once gave us a burger recipe, and another time he gave us a pizza recipe. Enemy likes Megalon. Deltron, Evil Ron is a Barbie YouTuber. No! Evil Ron's a G.I. Joe YouTuber. That's absolutely what Evil Ron is. Rosto says, oh god. Carlos says, RonBon, Team Ratchet X Wheeljack or Ratchet X Drift. Well, if it's IDW Ratchet, it's with Drift. If it's G1 Ratchet, it's with Wheeljack. Bounty Matilla, Evil Ron doesn't exist. He can't hurt you. Evil Ron existing. And then Dramatic says, I did not know that. Yeah. That's also where the most powerful version of King Ghidorah comes from. Emperor Ghidorah comes from the Legacy of Mothra movies. Enemy, I can actually see that. Destroya kind of looks like they'd be a woman. There's something about them, maybe the colors, that actually do feel kind of feminine. Zammy, can I just say I love your live stream, but I realize it's already 7:40 a.m. for me and I can't stop watching? I'm sorry, Zammy, I don't mean to keep you up. Mega Macros. Macros is also one of my favorite Godzilla bugs. Macros is so good. Like, that's the thing, is there's a lot of great... Like, another, like, low-key favorite of mine is I love Gorosaurus. G1 Ratchet and Wheeljack are the struggling parents of that weird dinosaur children. Inspired Dad, I'm having flashbacks to my senior year pre-cal class because in that class there were two dudes named Michael. For the sake of convenience, the teacher would call them Good Michael and Evil Michael. Carlos, this whole video is the ritual to summon Evil Ron. Dramatic Razor, Evil Ron cried tears when they announced G.I. Joe, Rise the Beast. 13th Prime, Mad Prime, I am here to put you, be prepared to get the Matrix slapped, then blessed, and I also forgot to mention I have Optimus Prime axe and sword blades from the Bayverse. Jesus Christ, 13th Prime, why do you have all the weapons? Peppa the 87, I want to keep watching, but it's almost 2 a.m. I'm sorry, Peppa. Or Peppy, thank you. And Cheeseman says a 7-Eleven CD. Is Evil right behind you? Nah, Evil's not behind me, I don't think. Dead End, I do know Tally Hall. I only know their song The Beckoning, but it's pretty cool. Strength, the many toys of Evil Ron. Zammy, Showa and Heisei era of Godzilla is such a crazy thing that I'm sad they won't ever do something like those again. I don't know, I mean maybe. They've been doing some weird stuff lately, like Shin Godzilla and 0 Point. Dead End, you should do the next video as Evil Ron. Oh no. Cheeseman says Telly Hall mentioned. Deltron also, might as well, many toys of Superion win. Hopefully in November. Hopefully. Macro says Gorosaurus is a silly goober. Roast Toast. At the end of G.I. Joe, Rise of the Beast, even rawled and cried. Forced crossover scene between them and Transformers happened. Yep. Dramatic Razor. Evil Ron says that Marvel has gone woke for having women and blames Marvel's newer movies for failures for having women. That is something Evil Ron would do. Zammy. Godzilla would drop kick Evil Ron. Carlos, Mr. RonBon, I'm begging you for your next April Fool's video, a video where you act like Evil Ron, kind of like Dumb Jake when he was Smart Jake. That'd be kind of cool. I need to figure out what Evil Ron would be like. Evil Strunk insists Prime is the only good TF show, and that Bulkhead is better in Prime. Enemy, guys, to summon Evil Ron, we gotta spam no more woke. Do not spam no more woke! We're taking the bit too far if we start doing that. I'm worried that we're going to get, like, weird people in our algorithm if we start doing that. Dead End. Cheesemas, I'd propose to you over this news if I weren't a big-ass robot. Boy. Miko. Okay, Miko, I just thought you typed a very different thing. You just Googled it real quick. Okay. Hollow Matter avatars. I think they're cool. And I think that if you're doing a Transformers movie and you don't have the budget to have the robots around all the time, just get human actors and just say that they're Hollow Matter avatars. Cheesemas Prime, I agree with you. Transformers Prime is overrated. Valentine Ventilla, Evil Ron, G.I. Joe is better than Transformers. Yes, I want more woke, all the woke, because usually the things that people say are woke turn out to be really cool. Dramatic Razor, Evil Ron makes AI soy jacks of people who disagree with him. Mad Prime, is reselling good? Well, I mean, like, I'm reselling right now, I guess. I'm trying to sell off a good chunk of my collection. So, like, I don't think that you shouldn't... If you have stuff, you should be able to sell it if you want to. Thoughts on the Godzilla anime trilogy? I'll be honest, Deltron, I really don't like that trilogy. I think it's, like, one of the least interesting Godzillas I've ever seen. Strunk, Evil Strunk would also tell you that she is the biggest TFA prowl hater, despite the fact that she owns every figure of them. Dead End, Prime RC is more like Chromia. Very true. Jay Blue Sky, honestly, after rewatching anime, I think we lost something when Bulkhead stopped being a renaissance spot. It was more like the strong one, just like things in Prime. I agree, there was actually like a little bit of depth to animated Bulkhead. I hate that it wasn't there in Prime. And then Mechamacros really likes the show of Mechagodzilla. I think it's still the best version of Mechagodzilla. It's up there. I think Kiryu is right there with it. Roast Toast, you know what I agree with Evil Ron? Thinking Prime is underrated. Zammy, there are no other shows or series where Wheeljack is the dad of the Dinobots. I don't mind them changing the backstory for the Dinobots. I mean, I would like another episode where they go into the idea that Wheeljack made them. Peppy, all this G.I. Joe talk reminds me of how to get through IDW Revolutions. I struggle with that crossover a lot. That problem, I was thinking making good business of Hot Wheels. Okay. Miko, I wish Hollow Matter avatars were used more often. It'd be very interesting, especially for shows and movies. I agree. And then Cheesemas, TFP Cliff Jumper is also overrated. TFA Cliff Jumper is better. Cheesemas, Transformers Anime Cliff Jumper had like 2 lines. Swear Dad, tonight you should go to your mirror and chant Evil Ron 3 times with the lights off to summon him. Zammy, But I think it's so funny that Wheeljack was able to make these powerful Dinobots, but not have enough materials to make them smart. It wasn't even a matter of materials. He just didn't think about making them smart. Wheeljack was just dumb. Peppy, I like animated Bulkhead. He is autistic to me. Everyone in that show is autistic. Stroink, evil Stroink would not have an AO3. Stroink. What the hell are you talking about? Noah X Mirage Fix. You know what, you do you. I'm not judging you on that. Deltron. One thing I want in core media is Optimus being the father of the aerial bots. If Wheeljack and Ratchet can be Dino's dads, Optimus can have Jet sons. Yeah. Hey, Chris Cox, how's it going? Dead End. I'm out of funny things to say, so I'm going to state I ship Hot Shot and Road Rage and not elaborate. Okay, is that Hot Rage or Road Shot then? Stroink. He's Peppy Bulkhead. It's just like me for real. Hey, Chris Cox. Birdlab says, oh no. And then, what are we talking about? Mechamacro says, I'm eating ice cream with my Quake figure. He gets none. Dramatic Razor. Evil Ron snatched Pokemon cards from a kid, not because he likes Pokemon. He actually hates it, because he figured out Mewtwo is non-binary and just wanted to resell them and flex. Jesus Christ. Chris Cox. Also, you sound hot. Go instead of Phenomenon, and I demand recompense for this slight. Love you, though. No, that's the thing is, I just didn't know what song, so I did Hot to Go thinking that was Phenomenon. How do we know about your... Ooh, what does this say? How do we know that you're the real Bond? I am the real Ron! This feels like that SpongeBob episode where they think Mr. Krabs is a robot. No, it's even worse. G.I. Wheeljack made them dumb on purpose. They be lore accurate to dinosaurs. Stroink, link it. The 13th Prime, I wonder if the other Shine 2 has their rare Optimus. Oh, I actually already got the rare Optimus in this. I'll pull him down in a minute. 13th Prime, I wonder if the other Shine... Okay, that's the same thing again. Zammy, Transformers and My Hero collab. Anyone? That's the thing is, there's not really vehicles in My Hero for them to turn into. Don Fatilla, if I was a Cybertronian, I'd be Quaker. Oi. So Drunk, I actually don't have one open, but one of my favorite fixes about them, I don't know what's wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you, Stroink. Like what you like. Carlos, I love the fact that animated Cliff found out Cube Fleur was still alive, but before uncubing him took the cube to what was basically a Cybertronian Mets game. I mean, why not, though? Mad Prime smash evil Ron for stealing kids' Pokemon cards. Peppy, I make all my TF faves autistic like me. Peppy, I don't think you have to make them autistic. I think they're all already just autistic. Enemy, I rewatched the War for Cybertron trilogy and Cog's death is so sad. Oh, wait, does Cog die in that show? Deltron, how many Optimuses are autistic? Oh, that's a good one. G1 Prime's definitely autistic. Unicron Trilogy Prime, probably. Animated Prime. The issue is most Primes don't have a personality, so I don't know how many of them we could diagnose. Enemy, I ship RC with Wheeljack. I don't know. Rise of the Beast just made me realize something. Jesus, Evil Ron sounds like he'd be in his 50s. Oh, God. I already sound like I'm in my 50s. Strong Cyberverse Optimus feels autistic to me, but I'm just projecting. Dramatic Razor. Make an All Might robot a pickup truck because he's American. Hell yeah. And then Dead End wants a Transformers Scooby-Doo crossover. Jay is saying that Cyberverse Prime is 100% autistic in support of Strength. Chris Cox, who is the booster goal to Transformers? Wants to be famous. I'd probably like RID Sideswipe. Or most versions of Starscream. Teresa Reed, only way to prove is that you're singing Evil Ron can't sing at all. Oh god, we're back on the singing. Evil Ron remembered Kaga's death on War for Cybertron. Why do you have ants in your bathroom, Dramatic Razor? Oh no. Mecha Macros wants G1 Warpath to be an autistic, drunk Russian tank who can't aim. There we go. Shaggy and Scooby would solo Unicron. Dead End, I want the answer to Chris's question. I've been trying to use Booster as a template for a character, but I can't decide who. I feel like Booster, if given like a Transformer's body, he'd be a Seeker. Like, he absolutely would be a Seeker. Zammy, any video ideas that you've been wanting to do right now? Well, I still want to do my Transformers Pantheon video. I actually just got the thumbnail done for it, in case I ever get to record it. Jay, alright, I gotta go, but this was fun. Well, thank you for stopping by, Jay. It was fun. Mad Prime, 13 Prime, did I do something wrong? Dead End, What if we have this all wrong? Dramatic Razor, Evil Ron hates Cyberworld because it's made for kids and not adults. Oh no, TFA Bombi definitely has ADHD. Oh, Deaden, is Evil Ron a woman? I'm not too sure, maybe. Cheesemas Booster Gold might be Sunstreaker. Carlos, Evil Ron thought Warpath was Mel on that one comic with Beachcomber. Oh no. Deaden, I based an OC off Booster and used a Seeker body. That's what I'm saying, it feels like Booster would have a Seeker body. And then Rosto, Sunstorm's been staring at the sky for like 30 minutes. Is he okay? Well, he's trying to soak in the sun right now. That's what he's doing. Melvin, where is he? Where are you? There you are. So you guys were asking about the shiny Optimus. I actually got the Chase variant of him. The thing is, I opened this wave months ago, so a lot of these guys I did back then. This might be my favorite Blokees Optimus still, by the way. Like, the toy accurate look is so nice. It's so good. I kind of hate that there's an Optimus in every wave, but I'm okay with it if they keep doing unique Optimuses. Like this and the IDW Orion packs. I like this. It's nice. Alright. Okay. We gotta open some people, because people are mad and they're complaining. So, this one has to be Soundwave. Like, this one has to be Soundwave. Okay. Here we go. Oh, what do you know? It was Soundwave. It's the one who I said it had to be. It was indeed him. Who could have guessed? I called this shit. Yo, just call me Nostradamus, because I figured this out. Also, I almost got my religious figures confused. I was about to say Nicodemus, but Nicodemus and Nostradamus are not the same. Nicodemus was just a rabbi who played a pretty small role, but still, I guess, big role in the leading body. Why are we talking about Nicodemus right now? The point is, he's the one who didn't want to kill Jesus. And that's why in, like, a lot of books and shows, he's allowed to, like, be the one cool rabbi out of the leading group, the Pharisees. In case anyone just wanted to know about the Pharisees tonight, I guess that's what I'm talking about, because Jesus Christ, I don't know. You ever just find yourself and you're thinking about something, and then after a second it sinks in that you're thinking about it, and your first thought is, why am I thinking about that? Like, it's not even that intrusive thoughts have won out. There's nothing intrusive. There's no, like, knee-jerk animal brain that makes me think, oh, let's consider the moral implications of Nicodemus right now. Oh, well. I still hear that storm out there. It's further away now, which is nice, but it's still pretty close. Do 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 do. All right. There, we got Soundwave's torso together. Now we gotta do my favorite part. Where is it? Where's the crotch? There it is. Get in there. We gotta make the hips, the childbearing hips. Oh, good. They actually gave him his buttons. That's pretty nice. Also, a good blue on Soundwave. Every so often, there's people who do like a G1 Soundwave, and they make him kind of a light blue. And usually I'm a big fan of light blue. I prefer light blue to dark blue. But I think Soundwave should always be a darker blue. Like, he looks good as a darker blue. Masterpiece Soundwave is damn near a navy blue. And I think that's my favorite one. Like, not navy blue, but like just a couple palette tones above that. It's a good look for Soundwave. I'm seeing some big comments coming through. I'll get to you in a minute. I gotta focus on building up our single dad right now. Here we go. I just saw something about opposite Starscream. Opposite Starscream would just be Armada Starscream. Like, that's opposite Starscream. We've already seen him. And then, well, I mean, I guess Shagglass Starscream also exists. Well, that's nice. He actually has a little cassette. Gonna put that right there. No color on the cassette, so that's not any particular... Well, no. There's yellow on that. Gray. That's Buzzsaw. If it's anyone, it's Buzzsaw. Okay. And then we're going to put the door in. Oh, wow, that's tight. Come on. There we go. There we are. All right, boom. And then we'll get the missile launcher. And we're going to get the shoulders. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder, but it's still like very much just out there. There we go. Get some elbows for Soundwave. Ah, there we go. And again, just the same. You're almost there, bud. You're almost built. Ah, come on. Oh, that's not going for me. Come on. Maybe if I just slip the forearm on, I can just get it to compress. Here we go. There we go. We got you that time. Slowly but surely, Soundwave is coming together. Oh, wow. I don't know what it is. He's a little bit slippier than Sunstorm was. Oh no. There we go. And now let's build up some legs. Alright. Really nice detail on Soundwave here. I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting his pieces together. But then he's holding together really well. So maybe he just has a little bit less clearance than a lot of them. There we go. There we go. There we go. And now let's get the neck on there. Get the ankles. There we go. And then the feet. All right. And now the head. All right. Got that there. Oh, I see. I gotta put the other part of the helmet on first and then put on the faceplate. There we go. And now we got Soundwave. Almost done. Let's build up his pets. Alright, so Ravage is real simple. That's really just like the deer that Alita came with. There we go. Blokees Ravage. It'd be nice if he had just a little bit of paint, but that's okay. And then Laserbeak. Laserbeak looks a little bit better, just because they have a little bit, well, I guess just more color to them. And of course, boom, we can have Soundwave with Laserbeak, just like so. And let's give Soundwave 2 open hands. There we go. And then let's build up the gun still, just so I don't have to keep up with pieces. And boom, that's Soundwave. We did it. We built 2 Blokees tonight, guys.
It only took us 2 hours, but we did build 2 Blokees. Boy, I need to take a little bit of a sip of my water. Alright. I gotta catch up on comments. A lot of comments. Deltron, actually video idea. Rating Transformers by how on the spectrum they are. Deltron, that sounds fun. I feel like a lot of really bad people would go to that video, so I'm not gonna touch that one. Rosta, Sunstorm, been staring at... Oh wait, we already done that one. Let's see here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how racist is G1 Starscream? Well, I mean, he hates all humans, so I'm gonna say 10. He hates everyone. Stroink, what if Evil Ron likes Fembot Starscream, but he doesn't want Be Her? He just doesn't realize it. Oh. Carlos says 10. Rosta says he's beautiful. Deltron says, ooh, shiny thing good. And Burlap says, is Superman sniffing Lex Luthor's feet? Well, that's Riddler, and no, he's not sniffing Riddler's feet. No, don't talk about Superman that way. Somebody says, I have an idea for Nemesis where he's a clone of Optimus, and then he realizes he was a clone who have his own Christ and slowly become his own character. Sick. Dramatic, is Evil Ron suffering from gender dysphoria? No, I don't think so. No. I think Evil Ron is a very vanilla straight white dude. Protest Ron, I'm begging you to look at the Blokees leaks. I don't really have a time to do that, or a way to do that. I'm afraid I'm away from everything. That makes sense. They better do War Within Prime eventually. That'd be cool. Delinquent. Ron, I was thinking about this one. Is there a version of Slingshot in any Viewverse that is not the bane of your existence, or that you completely loathe? The one in Skybound. He had one cute scene and then he died, so I can't hate him. Deltron says Box. Dead End says Optimi. Stroke says Deltron base perspective end watcher. Cheesemus says my 2 favorite Blokees are Shining Cliffjumper and Shining Sideswipe. Both are good. Stroke says no, that's Dragstrip, obviously, about how I knew it was Soundwave. Deltron says Soundwave superior. Dead End says Dragstrip X Whirl Yuri. Mad Prime says I never had a connection with Transformers Classics Optimus Prime. One had it, one connection. It was Optimus Prime for Revenge of the Fallen 2009 figure. That's sick. My connection with Classics Optimus is just because that's one I grew up with. Chris Cox says Sunstorm and very tired, brain not working. I get that. Carlos says, Ron, my brother likes Decepticons and I like Autobots, so we figure almost always split our figures that way. That makes sense. And then Mad Prime says, congratulations, gay man, no homophobic. Jesus. Dead End says, evil Ron considers the moral implications of, and then just stops. Deltron says, Soundwave now canonically listens to Hatsune Miku music. Necro says, evil Ron is opening Sound Blaster. Baby says, single mother Soundwave, for real, single mom Soundwave. Rosto says, I'd tell you to play when it's raining from Deltarune during the storm is still here, but with Mental Collective being the worst, I wouldn't want this team to be nuked. Oi. Cheeseman's Prime says, it's time to do my favorite part, where's the crotch? Yeah, I stand by it. I love building robot crotches. Chris Scott says, opposite Starscream would be a hunky dom. God. Deltatron says, Masterpiece Soundwave is getting re-released. Praise Promise. Is it official that he's getting re-released? Because that's great. He's such a good toy. Valentine Ventilla, my boy Quake and my boy Wasp are shooting... Jesus Christ. So, Quake and Wasp are just shooting Bumblebee's rotting corpse. Oi. Drunk says, Soundwave won't be a single dad much longer. Zalmore says... Do you plan on getting Blokees Action Edition Soundwave? He looks so good, but I've not gotten any of the Action Edition guys so far. So maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe. Deltron says, Action Edition will get a Hatsune Miku repaint, and I want it. Oh, that'd be cool. Everyone says, I wish I had Soundwave. Zammy says, it's almost 8 a.m. and it's raining, and it'll be my cue to sleep.
Zammy, thank you for popping in. I hope you have a good night. Mon makes, did you hear about the new Nicktoons game? Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. It's some dungeon crawler type beat up and got Timmy Turner out of Wright's limbo, it seems. I did not. Is that a new game? I've not heard about Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. Stroink, last night I was going to draw a cup, but I got too joyous that I started stroking the drawing and I smudged it. Well, there's always next time. Deltron says, it's like 1 a.m. for me, but screw it, I ain't in the slightest. Fuck this heat. Oi. Naprom says, thunder take you. Dramatic says, to be honest, I've spent so much time on Miku merchandise lately. Oi. Chris Crocs, what part of the car do... What? I'm not too sure. Naprom thinks that they hear rain. Valentine says, I not so good headcanon. I have Quake acts like a young Kratos at the beginning of the war, but as the war progresses, he starts acting more like old Kratos. That's cool. Dramatic Razor, this year I have bought 1 Miku figure, 3 Miku shirts, and 2 Miku posters. Oh, wow. Peppy, a FNAF and Transformers collab would make me go insane. It'd be cool, but what would the collab be? There's no vehicles in Transformers. Like, you'd have to do like a location, like the scooping room. I'm actually trying to think, because you couldn't do the animatronics. What can you turn... Is there a vehicle in FNAF? I mean, I guess you could do like one of the go-karts at Roxy Raceway. But even then, that seems like you're pushing it. Burlubs, hey Ron, what's your favorite Transformers continuity? Mine are Skybound, Bayverse, and almost all the cartoons. Burlabs, my favorite Transformers continuity is IDW 1.0, animated. In all honesty, G1 cartoon. I still really like that continuity. And then Skybound too. Dramatic Razor, they really are sleeping on a FNAF collab. Imagine Freddy as a car. And Deltron says, no, they all turned to pizza delivery vans. Dead says, ran out of lettuce, so I had to put chips on my sandwich. Hey, a chip sandwich is great. Nico says, a FNAF TF collab would be pretty cool. Springer Dead says, would Springtrap be Megatron? No, Springtrap is way more evil than Megatron. Megatron would be like the puppet, like a well-intentioned extremist. Springtrap would be like the Fallen, like absolute evil. Matt Prime, why is Optimus Prime had only one love interest as Alita, but not every female Autobots is she died? Are you asking if Alita 1 died in the G1 continuity? Because I think she did. I think the implication is that when the Decepticons took back over, they killed all the Autobots. Chris Cox, Gregory, oh, is this... Okay, this security, this is Glamrock Freddy. Gregory, take the Phas Matrix, Gregory. I need to be killed off as my toy is no longer sold in retail markets, Gregory. There we go. Peppy, Springtrap with a gun would be terrifying. Valentin, Freddy would be laying on the floor having a seizure just from reading some of these comments. Somebody says it's 8 a.m. now, gotta go, need to sleep for a little bit. I hope you have a good night, Zammy. Dramatic says good night. Cheeseman says dead end, I put Doritos on my burgers. That would actually probably be pretty good, actually. That promise says Cheeseman is okay. R2D2 Interception, new name. What's up? I got a new phone, still waiting for the many toys to chase. Nothing too much, we're just hanging out, doing stuff. We were talking about Evil Ron, now we're talking about FNAF, I think. Restos, next toy news, if you can be covering, would be awesome. You know what, sure, if it's a slow news week, I'll cover them next week. And then Lee says, dipping out for my game night, enjoy your stream, good sir. Thanks, Delinquent, I hope you have a good night. Rest Toast, I bet Soundwave would connect with Miku the most and is truly the only human Vocaloid he cares about. Mom makes, yes, that's the new Nickelodeon game talking about Dice of Destiny. Chris Cox, I'm going to sleep now. Good night, fellow bisexuals and autistics. See you, Chris. Thanks for popping in. Strong says good night. Cheeseman says Buddy Holly guitar riff. Oh, Dramatic Razor, you're right. Midnight Motorist. Oh, they totally could do the car. Oh, but you'd have to like do the packaging in a way to make it clear that you're doing Midnight Motorist. And I wouldn't want it to be a real car. I'd want it to be like that weird Atari, like, 4-bit car shape. That'd be cool. It'd be such a cool way to do the Commodore Transformers designs. If you guys haven't seen the Commodore 64 Transformers game, it is some rank-looking shit. But that'd be a cool way to do those blocky aesthetic in Transformers finally. And then, yeah, it looks like Enemy's also bringing up the Midnight Mutter. Arnold's van. Is that some Secret of the Mimic thing? Is Arnold from Secret of the Mimic? I've not played that one yet, and I don't think I'm going to, just because I don't care about the Mimic. Mom Mix. Currently, the roster we know consists of SpongeBob, Sandy, 2012 Leo. No Rise the TMNT love. That sucks. Susie from Rugrats. Okay. Plankton, Timmy, and Katara and Azula from Avatar. That is weird. That's a weird lineup. I dig it. It's cool. It's also weird. Dead End. I ship Dead End and Slash because they're the two favorite figures I own. Oh, and according to Mom X, apparently Danny Phantom is going to be a dragon. Okay. R2D2 Inception. I used to have a big FNAF phase where I literally knew everything about the series. Now I haven't checked on it in like 3 years. I still like FNAF. I've not played any of the games since Security Breach, but I still keep an eye on it. I want to play Into the Pit because apparently that's a good one. Carlos, it's 5 p.m. where I live. A Blokees box has 9 figures. You build a Blokey every hour. At this pace, the stream is going to end at 2 a.m. Valentin says, Helpy with a colt would be terrifying. Birdlove says Arnold freaking sucks. Dramatic says, they're gonna know the fucking secret of the Mimic. Belton said the Mimic is one of the best glow-ups of the century. Don't even end me with that. The Mimic has no glow-up. I know about Edwin, and I don't know. I don't need to know any more about FNAF's past. That's why I'm not doing Secret of the Mimic. Every time they want to add more shit to FNAF's past, it's just bad now. Keep moving the series forward. Show us the future of this world. So Peppy had an awful idea for TF X FNAF. They turn into the ghost kid. What, you say that they're going to turn into tombstones? Monmig says, I still have a FNAF phase to an extent. I still like FNAF. Why not? Like, it's fine. I'm excited to go see the second movie. It's probably going to suck, but I'm probably going to like it, just like the first one. Monmig, still haven't finished Secret of the Mimic. It seems pretty fine, to be honest. Chismus, what's your opinion on the Jazzverse FNAF figures? I've only seen one picture. Mangle looks okay. The rest look pretty bad. But maybe those are just bad photos. I've been so burnt by the Funko line that I don't want any more Five Nights action figures. I have some U2s. And there's some characters that I hope U2s does. But that's probably going to be my Five Nights collection. I don't need many of them. I'm kind of sad because I have no idea what happened to my U2's Puppet. Puppet is my favorite character. I know the Puppet's actual name's the Marionette. In my head, they're still the Puppet. My favorite Five Nights characters ever are Bonnie, the Puppet, and Glamrock Freddy. I have Glamrock Freddy. I have Bonnie and Withered Bonnie. But I ordered the Mimic, or not the Mimic, but the Puppet, and I have no idea where it is now. Mom says, I assume one thing about the story of Secret of the Mimic, the community says another. Damn. Dramatic Razor, he made the Mimic. I know Edwin made the Mimic. I don't know why, but I know that a guy named Edwin made the Mimic. I still don't care. And then Dead End is just doing the Family Guy intro. Mom I assume Edwin was the third Will, and they say he allegedly the guy... Oh, okay. No, I know that, apparently Edwin just got, screwed by Henry and Will. But, also, it's just... I don't care about William Afton. I don't care about William Afton. I don't care about Henry Emily. I don't need any more Afton. I remember they sent that poster out a while back where it's like the center of this franchise going forward was going to be the Mimic, Glitch Trap, and Vanny. That's the same character. Because the Mimic thinks he's William Afton. Dramatic says, also, I with you 100%. Having sentient AI in the past just makes it undermine the Dead Children from the 80s. The game looks good, but the lore isn't in it. Mad Prime says, my headcanon is Optimus Prime came back from the dead like Superman in the Snyder Justice League movie, and Optimus confused, doesn't know who he is, and fights the Autobots and Rodimus. That's kind of cool. I mean, that's kind of like Dark Awakening. Bounty Ventilla, Scott Cawthon break dancing on the floor as he adds more lore. Oh god, Scott Cawthon. That motherfucker needs to slow down. I have a friend who's super into FNAF. That's the big reason as to why I know a lot of the current stuff. And it's just like, Scott was not a writer. I'm convinced that Scott just heard like what game theory came up with and was like, actually, that was absolutely what I meant the entire time. It's like, no, it wasn't, you liar. You didn't plan that. Enemy, those Jezber's figures were prototypes. The toy animatronics are being sold at Target as we speak. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. If I see them, I might grab them. But I don't need them. I saw that they're going to do Withered Bonnie. I might buy a Withered Bonnie, because I like Withered Bonnie. Stroink, what if Evil Ron has no hair? Does that include body? Yeah, no, Evil Ron is smooth. No body hair at all. Drag Racer, my name is Edwin. I made the mimic. Oh, God. Why? Well, is this an actual line he says? Does he say, my name is Edwin, I made the mimic? Well, that makes people who are interpreting this as Edwin made spring locks, when in reality, I feel like it's more that Edwin made some variant of it. Okay. Valentin says Edwin's wife is the most purest person in all of FNAF. For some reason I feel like I know that apparently she dies horribly, like she dies in a fire or something, because everyone dies in a fire in this franchise. Mon makes. Considering a book that his spring locks were extremely durable, some of the more spoiler-heavy characters in the game look absolutely thick or metallic as fuck. Sick. Peppy, my favorite FNAF characters are Withered Bonnie and Michael Afton. You know what? Those are good. I hate that the Afton we don't focus on is Michael, because I like Michael more than I've ever liked William. William I used to like. Go and watch. I made a video before I got popular, and it was called The 10 Things That Scared Me as a Child. The Purple Man is really high up on the list. I was really scared of the purple guy when I was a kid, because there was no gimmicks. He was just a child murderer. And then in FNAF 3, Springtrap, that was kind of cool. And then you had Pizzeria Simulator, and he sucked there. And then they brought him back. Glitch Trap was okay. I'm okay with Glitch Trap. But then in Security Breach, out of nowhere, William Afton's back. I hate it. I hate that this franchise has to center around William Afton. I hate that he's a comic book supervillain trying to harvest Remnant or whatever the hell it is. No. He was scary when he was just a random serial killer. He just targeted kids, and we don't know why. He did it for his own kicks. Like, that's gross and disgusting and scary. And now there's, like, no way to take him seriously. Dramatic Razor, I'll never escape FNAF because Manny is my name online. Oh, no. Okay. Dead End, you say that. I don't know if I want Snyder to do Punisher, because I don't know if Snyder knows what makes Punisher cool. Valentin Ventilla, Springtrap's biggest weakness is getting hit in the knees with a crowbar from Phantom Foxy. I've seen FNAF at 5 a.m. I know what that is. Rose Toast, Smooth Evil Ron scares me even more. Dramatic Razor, yeah, Scott just came up with it as it came along, like the box. The box is the biggest thing of BS ever. There's nothing in that box. I hate that we still talk about what's in the box. Roast Toast, yeah, of course it's difficult to put the pieces together when he's cutting the pieces out as we speak. We're seeing the man try to make random pieces fit together that weren't meant to. Dramatic Razors, Jackie's box, I don't know what that is, Dramatic Razor. Are you talking about the Jack in the Box thing, Strunk Badoink? I know there's a Jack in the Box in the game. Oh, there's a bad song in the FNAF fandom, and it starts with My Name is Edwin. Okay, so that's the reference. No, Undertale and Deltarune are cool, Roast Toast, and that's because Toby Fox actually knows how to tell a story. Mom Mix, also, it says Edwin's wife designed the... What? Edwin's wife designed the original FNAF 1 animatronics? Is that new lore now? I know that apparently they show you, like, Proto-Chica, and apparently, like, Chica just used to be, like, a weirdly anatomically correct chicken on roller skates. Which is fine. I think that's cool. Like, if you want to say that, like, Chica was at one point her own thing. Enemy. I'm super into FNAF, so I know Edwin was a contractor. William and Henry made them. Edwin mass-produced them. Oh, okay, so is the thing where William and Henry are the ones that made the plans, and Edwin just owned the factory? Is that the plan? Jack Razor. You know it's old when you still call him the Purple Man. That's what the thing is called! That asset is still called the Purple Guy! Deltron, honestly, FNAF terrified me as a kid, like straight up scared me half to death. Now I'm somewhere neutral on it, but I'm still wary. And I see people all the time say, oh, it's because it's made for kids now. No, the original FNAF games were also made for kids, and they were actually scary. It's the issue is that they're incomprehensible, and they do like those books. Those books are somewhere on a spectrum between weird fetish shit and just straight up bad writing. Like, imagine if you got some good writers in there to tell, like, actually scary stories for kids. It could be great. It could be like scary stories to tell in the dark. There's one story someone told me about that actually sounds pretty cool. It's the one where there's, like, a teenager, and they get inside a Funtime Freddy because they have a idealized idea of death. They have a lot of suicidal or unaliving ideas. And as a result, they climb into Funtime Freddy, and then the rest of the book is just Funtime Freddy, like, torturing them or psychologically torturing them. That's a cool idea for a story. That's the only time anything in the book sounds like a cool idea for a story. And then Mom Makes says, basically, Fazbear Entertainment mandates. Okay, so Fazbear Entertainment still does the stuff. Hey, C-Up, how's it going? We're talking about FNAF now. Cheeseman says, my dreams feel AI generated. Oh, God. Dramatic Razor says, but honestly, Purple Guy was cool. Before Stitch's location in that game, it characterized him to like a crazy extent to the point where he made robots to kill people with Remnant. Yeah, no, that's where I started hating it. Also, again, the story's just bad. William Afton was in charge of everything, but also he wasn't, and Henry was also in charge of things. Like, it's just bad. Burlebs, I think the modern FNAF games feel very generic mascot horror games. Yeah, but there's still moments where it's really cool. Like Security Breach, like there's good characters in that game even. Like there's more heart and soul in Security Breach than there is in a lot of mascot horror games. That problem's, oh, the last one. Alita won't stop Optimus about to kill Rodimus and he remember who he is and hugs her and go back to Earth. Sick. Dead End says I'm in the box. Oh no, you're in the FNAF box? Dramatic Razor, such locations where the lore just fell off, me too. Sci-fi to this grounded story, recontextualize everything to a certain extent. Yeah. Rest says, man, Undertale and Deltarune, Chef Kiss, masterpieces. Yeah, they're really good games. Mom Makes that Proto Chica is apparently something from Chica's Party World. Is that... Did they finally explain what Chica's Party World is? Because that was some weird thing from Sister Location. That's like from 10 years ago. God. How can a franchise this young already be doing nostalgia bait? Straight with Doink. I left for like half a second. I got recommended a video that was someone using G1 audio clips to make it seem like G1 Optimus were getting it on. Oh, God. So Mom Makes Chica's Party World's own official game. There we go. Also, Valentin Ventilla, I want to say this about Henry. Henry sucks. He sucks as a dad. What he did to the puppet is actually disgusting. He forced the soul of his daughter to be tortured in that thing, Lefty, and then burnt her to death. And by the way, Henry decides that, you know what, I've had enough, I'm going to take all of you with me. Maybe he should have stayed. Maybe he should have made sure that he actually got everyone, because clearly the one he was wanting to get rid of, William, is still around. I hate it. Peppy says I don't care about FNAF stuff post Ultimate Custom Night. That's fair. That's fair. That's the weird thing, is there's still stuff I really like after Ultimate Custom Night. Dramatic Razor says, remember that there's a FNAF imp... I know about the FNAF impreg story and the dude's based off MatPat. I know about that one. Drunk says, I have a soft spot for FNAF because I grew up with it in a place in Utah, and I'm from Utah. That's the other weird thing. I remember my friend was telling me that apparently most of FNAF takes place in Utah, of all places. Enemy says, so far the FNAF movie seems like more aligned universe if Scott made them today, and I think it seems more aligned William is back to just being a murderer. Maybe. That's the thing, is like another issue. I love Matthew Lillard. I thought he was good in the movie. I can't tell you what William Afton's motivation in the movie is, because is he just a child killer? He's aware of the suits. He knows that they're haunted. So why was he like having people go in there? Was it just for sick kicks so he could get more people killed? I don't know. Because he didn't know that, PETA from Hunger Games, Mike Schmidt, he didn't know that Mike had a kid, or a sister, did he? Like, he kind of just lucked out that Mike happened to have a sister. Mom thinks there's an actual Proto Chica that's basically an unfinished shell for the FNAF 1 design. Okay. Yep says they really never learned. Deltron says Security Breach really was the only time an animatronic was good. That Freddy is in my good books. Deltron, I'm gonna stick by this. The puppet is like anti-hero. Like, they have good intentions. Let's not make the puppet sound evil here. They were trying. Ah, dead end. I thought we were off the singing thing again. Mad Prime's going to sleep. Thank you for popping in. It was great. Dramatic says, I forgot FNAF takes place in Utah. Is Freddy a Mormon? Isn't there a thing where, like, he had to confirm that William Afton wasn't Mormon? Is that a thing, or am I crazy? I say he, I mean Scott Cawthon. Dead End said the first known impreg fanfic was Han Solo Chewbacca. I'm not joking. Who was getting pregnant between those two? Mom Meg says the Chica's Party World bit implies that Chica's restaurants were some weird middle entity that either was bought out by Faz Inc. or licensed their character to Freddy's. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, there's a place in Utah called Hurricane? That's so cool. Valentin Ventilla, Burn Trap isn't William, it's the effing Mimic. Valentin, I know that, but the Mimic thinks he's William, which means that we just have another William. And then Chong says, also Hurricane is pronounced horribly. It's pronounced like Hurricane, not Cane. That's actually dog. I hate that. No. Evil Ron wouldn't like FNAF. I don't know if good Ron likes FNAF. Rose Post has to go pee. This has been an awesome stream, and I checked Evil Ron's stream. He built all the Blokees 2 hours ago. Oh. Well, I guess Evil Ron had the more successful showing. But thanks for popping in, Rose Toast. It was fun. Okay, Dead End says it was Han that got pregnant. Alright. And Yep says, bro, the lore was getting way too complex for me. That's the thing, is like, the lore isn't even complex. It just contradicts itself, and it's rambling. Like, the story of FNAF is actually really, really simple and dumb. The issue is that it was trickle-fed, so we think that it's, like, really deep. And it's not. It is as surface level as possible as soon as you start looking at it as, like, a dumb Saturday morning cartoon plot. And that's that's the bad thing, is I think there are some people out there who legitimately think that William Afton's, like, a really deep character, and he's not. He is as paper thin as can be. So Denon says, anywho, I paused my MK to be here. What's MK? Jack Razor, I just can't follow FNAF's lore anymore. It was already bad, but Secret of the Mimic made it to a point where I was just tired and just started enjoying FNAF for reasons other than the lore. Yeah, that's the thing, Dramatic, is you just have to like the stuff you like in FNAF. You can't like all of it anymore. Like, there's so much of FNAF, even if it was all good. And for some people, I'm sure it is all good. But even if it was all good, there are so many genres represented in FNAF now that I don't think it's possible for someone to like all of FNAF. It's just too broad now. Deltron, FNAF lore is Crazy Man wants to harness children's souls so he makes them robots, also gets turned to a robot himself. Yeah, that's it. Mom Mix, it also says a lot about Edwin's characters that they got used by Faz Int. Foxy used to be First Mate Foxy when he was a little puppet in a group of other little puppets, then to accompany some big Captain Lion. Yeah, but that lion sucked and Foxy was hot. Valentin told the Mimic can survive getting pushed into molten steel, but let's see how he can survive old man consequences. Dramatic Razor, FNAF is like a completely different series than it was when I was a kid, and I still kind of like it, but it's kind of insane. Yeah, and that's the thing, is I'm okay with things changing. And there's still kids who love FNAF. I can accept that FNAF just isn't for me. I just find it really weird how much it's changed. Mom makes another example. Roxy seems to be been made by Edwin, and she used to be a cowgirl with a shotgun named Dead Eye Roxy. Okay, did Edwin just make all the characters now? Is that real? I really like Radiohead, The Bends, and OK Computer. Huh. I mean, I know Radiohead. That's about the only one I know. Oh, that group you said. Jesus. Alright, let's open up a couple more superheroes. Who's up next on this pile I made? Oh, Comic Guy Gardner. Sick. Guy Gardner has always been one of my favorite lanterns because of how much of a schmuck he is. He had such a good showing in the movie. I have the movie Guy Gardner in there somewhere. Dead End, are you a creep? I am a weirdo. What am I doing here? Here we go. See, yep, just says splashing around. Alright. Comics, I think it's some weird deal where Edwin made Foxy and like most of the side characters, while Freddy and Bonnie sprung from Fred Bear and Spring Bonnie, and Chico was someone else's thing. Okay. Jack Razor, you're excited about the Jazzwares stuff? I'm sure they'll do cool stuff. Jazzwares makes good figures. His hair is scaring me. Bird Labs, I won't spoil Superman. Oh, is there like a different universe where Guy Gardner presents female? And then, oh wow, a lot of comments all at once. Dramatic Razor says, hopefully the new FNAF plushies are cool because I collected so many of the Funko ones. Enemy says, I think the game should have ended at 3 or 6 and he should have made another game. Well, Enemy, I think he did try, and then no one liked FNAF World. Jesus says, you look so tired and happy, bring down the government. Peppy says, the problem is I got nostalgia and had a very big FNAF special interest, so I have a very complicated relationship with FNAF. I'm just so tired. I get that, Peppy, and I'm similar. I like FNAF still, even if I think it's pretty bad. Hey, Desiree Hawkins, new name. And then Dead End says, my taste in men and my taste in women are very different. Oh, wow. And then Dramatic Razor says, I love FNAF World so much. I really like FNAF World, but FNAF World was massacred when it came out. Carlos says, my Green Lantern tier list, best to worst, is Hal, John, Kyle, Jessica, the Squirrel, TG Pig, and there's Guy. I'm going to be so honest. The Lantern I dislike the most out of the main ones is Hal. Hal is so boring to me. My favorite one is probably either John or Guy. Under them is Kyle. Jessica Cruz I really, really like. I just think I grew up with John and Guy because Green Lantern cartoon and also Guy Gardner was in Brave and the Bold. And then I like Kyle Rayner because I've gone back to read his stuff, and Jessica Cruz is a really great character. And Badug is great. You know, I'm not knocking Badug. And Kilowog, they're good too. But out of all the Lanterns, I think Kyle's my least favorite. I think he's really boring. Strong says, I actually have a lot of nostalgia for Sister Location. I can't hate it. I don't hate Sister Location. Oh, hey, Master Far. Oh, new name in the chat, but thank you. Valentin Ventola says, Phone Guy had one of the saddest deaths in all anime history. Mom Meg says, I like the fan games for FNAF. I like Candies, has a really good taste in music. Uses a lot of Tom and Jerry cuts from the MGM era. What we got here? Dramatic Razor says, FNAF World has more self-endings than the rest of the games combined for no reason at all. Carlos says, Retcon. Deltron says, do you know that Megan thinks she can solo FNAF? I'm sorry, RoboGal getting beat by the damn cupcake. Is Megan the horror movie that's coming out? That's about like Living Doll? I think Scott makes better cursy Mario-style games with a bit of dark humor than the games supposed to take seriously. I agree. And like even the original FNAF, like it's not the deepest thing ever, but it had a cool story kind of in a way. Man, Guy came out really great in this style. Here, one of my lights died while we were doing this, so I'm going to go to one of my backup lights. Yeah. This is a good guy with the worst haircut in the universe. So everyone who doesn't know, Guy Gardner, his whole thing is he's the Green Lantern that peaked in high school, which is why he's still wearing his damn man jacket. Oh, God, he's such a schmuck. He's great. The one thing that sucks about Guy Gardner, he still has the hand to hold the lantern. He's the only lantern to not come with the lantern. Hal got a lantern, Sinestro got a lantern, John got a lantern, but he didn't get a lantern. Guy Gardner should have absolutely come with the lantern. But it's fine. At least he still has the ring. His arms look kind of weedy on him, but I think it's just because it's the Hal arms again. But he's okay. I can live with that. Good Guy Gardner. And then Mom Mink says, Jenny Wickman solos, so HJ9. Dead says, is the stream low quality for everyone or is my phone fucked up? I'm sorry guys, I think it's just because I got this storm going. Is it still bad? Or the video is also lagging for me. Yeah, I think it's entirely on my end. I'm sorry about that. There's a FNAF fan game called The Five Nights at Frederick, and it's an animated fan game. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm real sorry. There's nothing that I can do about the lag. It's storming pretty bad around me. Tell you what, we're just going to open up one more thing tonight, and then we're going to call it there, just because we've been going for a very long time. Oh, Denon says it's fixed. Sick. One of my favorite superheroes, this is my second favorite, Nightwing, in his Disco Wing costume. This is bad. The original costume they used is the more iconic one, so they just recolored it to be yellow, when the Disco Wing costume is completely different. I mean, just look. Nothing's the same about these costumes. I would have preferred his more iconic costume, but this is the one I was able to find. They've also recently announced they're doing debut Nightwing, which is one of my favorite costumes he's ever had. This is more just Nightfall Nightwing, which is still okay. It's not my favorite Nightwing, but it's a decent one. And at least he comes with his baton still. Okay. Alright. So now we have him. We're going to put his batons in his hands. There we go. Nightwing all ready to beat people up. There we go. Who's he going to beat up? I guess there's only one person he can beat up, isn't there? Oh, that's weird. Riddler's taller than him. There he goes. We beat him. We did it, guys. We did it for friendship. Here, go beat that single mom next. There we go. Nightwing beat that single mom for justice. Oh, no. Optimus Prime's coming in. No, what are you doing, Nightwing? No, no! No! Oh, no. Oh, no, and then now this religious man is coming in. Oh, no, no! Oh. Jesus. Nightwing must be stopped no matter the cost. Who can do this? Here, whoever goes in is gonna need some help. Oh no, he needs no help. He's goddamn Mr. Terrific. Ah, he did it. He saved the town. I did it. I saved the town. There we go. Alright, we gotta catch up on comments. Oh, hey Angel, how's it going? You actually popped in just as we're starting to wind down here. Let's see here. Birdlab says the video's lagging. Enemy says it's lagging, but it's good now. Jack Razor, this FNAF discussion makes me want to pull my barf trap, tie-dye spring trap off the shelf. I have that same spring trap. And they should have had Disco Wing. So they actually have Disco Wing coming out. I know I called him Disco Wing, but they have first appearance Nightwing with a deep V coming out in this line. Mom makes, do you fuck with the Love Syndicate of Dreamworld? I have no idea what that is. And it would need the mullet. True. Mom makes some DCAU where everyone is 70s hippie themed. I have no idea about that. So yeah, Funko was doing all kinds of the original cast, bro. It's true. Mac Razor. I'm a real Barf Trap fan. I have the tie-dye Springtrap plush and the figure. Hell yeah. Dotron. Have him beat up Sunstorm. Dead end. Yeah, kill Sunstorm. Deltron. No! Soundwave! Birdlabs, don't kill me, but I think Nightwing is a little overrated. That's fair, Birdlabs. We all have our opinions. I just really like Nightwing. Cheesemas Prime. Nightwing beat the single mom for justice. Dead end, someone clipped that. See, yep, the town is saved. Mom makes Love Syndicate. Superman is called Sunshine Superman, and he's black. Huh. Yeah, I've never heard of the Love Syndicate. That sounds fine, though. Ron, have you played Balatro? No, I've not played that. Valentin Ventilla, if Weird Al Yankovic was in FNAF, he'd be soloing everyone. Oh, no. Angel says, hi, working on the Rail Racer. Manitoy is a train Transformers win. I have no idea. And then Emmy says, our hero was Mr. Terrific. He was our hero. Mom Mix says the Love Syndicate came from a post-crisis story where Psycho Pirate generates a bunch of universes back because he was one of the few who remembered everything before the merge. Dan says, I'm cool. Owen says, yes, give us a train video. My Tism needs it. And then says, that was from Animal Man. Oh, there's actually an Animal Man coming out in this style, Dead End. You might be into it. Ron, if you had an alt mode, what would it be? A rich man, so I can have money. Enemy, Ron, are you able to get the community feature on YouTube? What's a community feature? Dead End says the Grant Morrison run. I love Grant Morrison. They're a great writer. Valentin says Evil Ron's still alive. Dead End says what? CF says based. Mike says its Green Lantern is called Magic Lantern. He's high and he's still a Green Lantern. Jesus, can we put Evil Ron down? No, Evil Ron might be too powerful now. My glorious Buddy Baker, says Dead End.
Alright, guys. Oh,
JP Renner, that's a new name. Can you make a not so actually just one plus a repaint many toys of Landcross so Hasbro will make a new one?
maybe someday. Landcross would be cool. Down to Ventilla, pardon me. We still can choose. Miss Mom Make says also, its Flash is a girl called Speed Freak. Speed Freak is a great name for a speedster. JP says hello. Down to Ventilla says, we have the Holy Hand Grenade. Well, if we had the Holy Hand Grenade, maybe we actually do stand a chance against evil RonBon. But alright, guys. We've been going for nearly 2 hours. This has been so much fun. My voice is killing me. And I need to hop off now. Well, we did some stuff tonight, though. We built up a Sunstorm and a Soundwave. We opened up some DC guys. I want to do this again real soon. I don't know when real soon is going to be, though. As soon as I get another night off. And hopefully there will be one coming up. But I want to thank all of you guys so much for watching. Bird Labs, I'm real glad that this was able to turn your bad day around. It's been incredible for me, too. It's been so much fun to talk to you guys, be able to talk about Evil Ron and FNAF. But I had an amazing time. I want to do this more often. If my schedule allowed it, we'd be doing this like every night. But thank you guys, and we will have to see what we get up to next time. Stay safe out there, and hopefully next live stream won't be too far away. Oh, how do I end it? I do not know how to end the live stream. Oh, here we go. All right.